Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Jersey Nerds podcast,
No.
your home for debates and discussions surrounding sports uniforms, hockey jersey design, and more. My name is Beepo, and today with me I have Justin, Burkus, and another special guest whose video is hidden. Before we get
It'll
into
be a
anything else,
surprise.
It's your
it's a
mom.
surprise, but it's
Probably.
not. It's a surprise, but it's not going to be a surprise for very long, because I will be revealing them in a second. Because today we have an announcement to make. Jersey Nerds Media is expanding a bit, and we have a new podcast coming to the Jersey Nerds Media network, I guess it is. And today,
Nerds Podcast 2.
JNPN.
JNP.
And today, joining us for a little bit is the creator of this podcast and who will be running just about everything about it, Madeline Riley, otherwise known as It's Mads or It's Mads Art. Mads, welcome to the show.
Yeah.
You're still muted.
There's a fourth
Surprise!
person.
Surprise! I'm here.
How are you doing?
Thank you so much. I'm doing good. How are you guys?
Pretty good.
Nice.
So,
Just like you will now.
So, you want to explain a little bit about what this new podcast is?
Yes. So the podcast is called Sideline Creatives, and also I will be hosting it with Alex. His is AJ Con Designs, by the way.
Oh, that's him that you've been talking with. Okay.
Yes.
I didn't realize
yes,
that. Okay.
That's the Alex. That is the
You kept
Alex.
saying Alex, and I didn't realize it was him. Okay. Yeah.
Yes,
Alex
it
is
is
a current Discord member, so I'll have to add him to our private one.
It was on the
Discord takeover alumni.
Yeah.
Right.
I didn't realize
I didn't
that was
mean
the
to keep it.
I didn't realize
I
that's the
didn't mean
person
to
you were
have
talking
like
to.
a
Okay.
mysterious vibe. I genuinely just thought.
You guys are also
I don't know.
both in North Carolina, right?
Yes, and he's leaving. He's
I was gonna-
literally
Aw.
leaving. Like as soon as we're starting this, he'll be gone. So that's fun.
I
Just
know
go
it's gonna have to be a
yeah.
virtual anyways, so I might
Imagine
bring
Yeah.
going
a
to
production.
college. Couldn't be me.
I think we've had Jersey Nerds meet a couple times. I know I've met Stephen Burkus.
Yeah.
Other than that, has anybody met? Oh, you met Gwinnett, right?
Yes,
But that's,
yeah.
I
He
guess,
came
more
up
of a
to deliver
fan,
me some
but, yeah.
hockey gear.
I love it.
Anyways,
That's
sorry
so
we
fun.
interrupted you. Continue.
Oh no, it's okay. Actually, going back to like meeting people, I got to meet Alex this year, or last year for the Canes 5K. So that was really cool.
Oh wow.
Cool.
Yeah. But the podcast, we're just wanting to highlight creators and talk about their process, talk about maybe the stuff that goes a little bit unnoticed or behind the scenes, things that they learn, and also just highlighting what they do, what they make. Sometimes people just get like overlooked, I guess. There's a lot of people creating really cool things, and we just want to give a little spotlight and highlight them.
Yeah, I love that idea. Actually, you announced this on your Instagram a while back with this idea,
Oh yeah.
and it kind of stalled out. So recently, I thought of expanding a bit and reached out to you, and now it's part of the Jersey Nerds Media Network. So
Yes, I'm so thankful.
Media network.
I guess we're a network now.
I like it.
And, our only other podcast and most of our content is about Jersey stuff, but we're all a lot of us
So
are
far.
designers or, in that design community. So this is a perfect branch out into something non-hockey or sports jersey related, but also kind of related. So
Yeah.
I don't think we have any sort of plan on when exactly the first episode's going to come out yet, or anything like
Right
that.
now. Send it.
Yep.
Tomorrow.
Surprise!
Surprise! This is the first
Yeah.
episode of Sideline Creatives.
No more. We're done.
We're just interviewing Beepo. Me and Justin are irrelevant.
That's the whole
No, so I think last time I checked, it's going to be in about 2 weeks-ish.
Okay.
We're waiting for some school stuff to finish up, and just some life things to kind of settle out, and then we'll be hopping in.
All right,
and
so yeah,
starting.
we've got an episode coming somewhat soon, so keep an eye out for that in
Yeah.
our Discord and social media and everything. And yeah, new podcast.
Yes.
Possibly some more coming in the future, but nothing is even close to set in stones for those ones, so not going to say much more than that. And, just a reminder to everybody that, as of this point, we're not really getting paid, so it's just a passion project for all of us. So we try not to overpromise things, but I think we're all really excited about where this is going.
Just
That being
recording
said,
multiple podcasts. How about you?
how about you? Important interview question. Now that we've already given the job offer, so to speak, which Hurricanes jersey is your favorite?
Oh,
There is an incorrect answer,
I was going to say that might not be.
and Alex already gave it.
oh my God. So you guys have actually kind of rubbed off on me because it used to be
Yeah.
the black one.
Yes.
And
Yes.
then slowly I started overanalyzing it and I was like,
Yeah.
oh. So it's actually oh, it's not so much the black one anymore.
Ooh.
And I
Hey,
guess
we
it's
did
just
it.
a tie really at
Well,
this
no.
point. I'm not
There
sure.
is hope. There is hope. And also, it isn't overanalyzing, it's correctly analyzing. There's a
No,
difference.
I know.
I love it.
I mean,
It's
hey,
also
what
it
would the
goes-
Jersey Nerds podcast be if we didn't overanalyze jerseys?
That
That is the
That is
entire
true.
point of this show.
Literally nothing.
Truly.
Exists.
But ironically, it also came from drawing them and painting them because when I go to print, the black is just such a pain in
Yeah.
the butt to print.
Fair.
There's
Fair.
you can't see any of the folds or anything. So I was like, screw this. This sucks.
I love
I don't know if it would help you, but I know for concepts that I do when there's black, I just use an off black for the base, so that way pure black can go for the shadows. I'm sure you do that,
Yeah.
but I haven't done much print work, so
It's advice
I'll
for
definitely keep it in
everyone.
mind.
Yeah.
using a nice off black for your concepts if there's shadows involved is absolutely the way to go. Otherwise, you
You
can't
never
see
write that
shadows.
down, actually.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Sideline Creatives podcast coming to you soon.
Yes.
Coming to
And-
you, May with a question mark, 2022.
Yeah.
May come to you in 2022.
That's
Hopefully
gonna
in
be the
2022.
highlight post.
And
Coming May. It's either coming May 22 or May come 2022.
Who knows? If my laptop fails, it might
Fair.
that's
be.
true.
We
That'll
can't have-
hurt things.
We can't have
You
two
don't need a
laptops going.
Because
laptop.
you know how that is.
Yeah.
Well, that's what
Just-
happened the last time.
Yeah. Just mooch off your roommates. That's all
There
you
you go.
Although, now that I think about it, with the process you have for recording, if I'm recording the episode for you, you can just talk on your phone.
There you
Oh.
go.
Burkus is you phoned into an episode or two through
Yeah, I
Discord,
think-
so.
I think just one episode, thankfully.
Oh, really? There you go.
Sideline Creatives.
Yeah, like creatives.
Matt,
Creative
anything else to
Sidelines.
add?
Creatives.
Or-
Ooh, I like that too.
Nope. I
No
think
thought.
I'm good.
All right.
Right.
We love it.
Well,
Well, we're looking
Thank
forward
you
to it.
guys. Yes, I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to it too.
yeah, it's going to be, a little bit of extra work, but I think it'll be well worth it. At least for me, anyways.
Well,
The
definitely.
overlord. All right, well,
thank
thanks
you
for
guys
joining
so
us.
much.
Yeah.
Yes,
thanks
of
for
course.
joining us.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for joining us on this episode and Jersey Nerds Media. So the newest member of Jersey Nerds Media, Madeline Riley.
Thank
Woohoo.
you.
Alex.
And we are going to pause real quick because
All right.
I need to change things around with the recording setup. So you
All right.
listeners aren't going to notice anything. It's going to skip. But yeah, pause.
Mini Beepo baby. Alrighty, welcome back to your regularly scheduled Jersey Nerds podcast programming, not Jersey Nerds
Your
podcast
home for
network.
debates and discussions surrounding
Thanks.
sports uniforms, hockey jerseys,
Sports
design, and
uniforms,
more.
hockey jersey design, and more.
Speaking of sports uniform, Burkus, what are
Yeah.
you wearing?
I am wearing
Pants.
Pants. What are you wearing on top of those pants? Well, above those pants, I guess.
Nothing really. I don't tend to wear pants outside my pants. There's
What
underwear
happened
inside my
underpants?
pants.
What shirt is that, you weirdo?
I'm wearing. I finally was able to get a Columbus Crew jersey with an actually good logo. So
Ayo,
I'm wearing. I really wanted to get one of these with the logo changeover to one that is significantly less good. But they got rid of the triangle, which is kind of sad. I liked the try, but
Noted. No,
it's
Penguins Triangle Lover Burka Circus.
uh whatever. This is also black and gold, isn't it?
His,
No.
yeah, his fanhood follows Jeff Carter wherever you go.
Jeff Carter is a little bitch. Anyway, it's the 2020 and 2021. I think this was the home jersey. It's the black one that they won the championship in.
There
We
you
won a
go.
championship, and I are like 0-5 this season so far. We are not doing well, including we lost to a USFL team. No, that's the wrong league.
USL.
Sure, whatever the level below the MLS
Yeah.
is. We lost to Detroit. So
The MLSG League.
I think it's technically Detroit City, which is ridiculous because that's not the name of the city. But that's a separate issue.
I mean,
Go ahead.
Man City is called Man City, and I'm pretty sure
And it's still stupid,
yeah. Stop trying to be like Europe.
right?
Except for this logo. This logo is very good.
Depot, what are you wearing?
A hat.
Nice. That's it.
I'm wearing my Toronto Blue Jays jersey with Vladdy Guerrero Jr. on the back because I was wearing it earlier today and it's warm. And also, go Blue Jays.
Makes sense.
The Blue Jays have not yet lost a series this year.
Wow. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
The opposite of the Maple Leafs for the past 17 years or whatever it is. Maybe this is the year. That's what I've been told. So
they're also probably playing Tampa, and they lost 8-1 to Tampa. So
they got all the losing out. Don't worry about it.
Okay. I'm sure Steve Dangle isn't.
It's also funny with the Blue Jays, their recent schedule, baseball works. You play a couple games against a team in a row. They're playing series against Boston, Houston, and then Boston and Houston.
Wow, that's wild.
I know.
Fun.
Love this schedule. We get mad at the NHL scheduler. Gotta get mad at the MLB scheduler at this point. I am wearing, speaking of Houston, a team from Texas, I'm wearing my latest jersey collection ad, which is a Dennis Gurianov Dallas Stars black and also neon alternate. So it's now the only Stars jersey I don't own from their rebrand forward is the reverse retro, which I don't really want to own, but I feel like I need to check that box. But it is what it is. Going back to what Beepo is wearing, we've got a couple things to discuss today. The first one is going to be baseball related. That's fun. And we're going to talk about the City Connect jerseys and the MLB City Connect uniforms, I guess more appropriately, that have returned for this year. We had 7 teams last year with City Connect uniforms, and then we're adding 7 more teams this year. We've already seen the Washington Nationals and their Cherry Blossom uniforms. And then we've also now seen the Space City uniforms for Houston. And then still to come, Kansas City will unveil theirs in a week from now on April 30th. And then we'll see Colorado, Los Angeles Angels, since we already saw the Dodgers. And then the Milwaukee Brewers and San Diego Padres will also unveil their City Connect uniforms this summer. So the first on that list is Washington, obviously. And there was, I would say, I don't know that I've seen any negative feedback on the Nationals look at all. But I'm interested to hear what you guys think about what the Nationals will be wearing for their City Connect uniforms, as
Beepo has. Video if you guys haven't seen it yet.
Before we get into that, Arta, this is your phrasing. Are the 7 from last year also being worn this year, or
as far as I'm aware, yes? Because I'm pretty sure didn't the Red Sox wear theirs on Patriot Day this year?
I'm pretty sure.
I don't know. I don't follow baseball.
I think this is kind of
okay. Cool. I didn't know that.
I think this is somewhat more similar to NBA's city thing, except they're not having a new every team unveil every year. I think it just kind of rotates through, which I like that. I think we've talked about that before, last year whenever this was first kind of unveiled.
Hmm. Yeah, I think there's definitely too many NBA City jerseys, but
It would be one thing if they didn't unveil a new one every single year too.
which is worth mentioning that I believe it was their City Edition jersey for the Washington Wizards is also cherry blossom themed or
Yeah.
adjacent. As
Okay, let's
far
have
as
it
I
pulled up
recall,
here.
that was also unveiled with nearly identical timing to this one.
Yep, it was like a day
Like I
after, I think. What? This is
yeah.
March 29th.
So,
Wow, it's been that long. And this one,
Yeah. We haven't recorded in a hot minute.
yeah,
yeah, we
March.
haven't.
Yeah, oh, okay. These news articles are the same day, so maybe it was
Yeah,
the
that's what
same
I
day.
thought. I thought it was like honestly within hours. Both social medias came up with that.
Capitals pink jersey.
Obviously,
When I want to see the
different
Capitals in a pink
approaches,
jersey so bad. It
right?
would
Right.
probably
Who
become one
was
of the
it
best I've
that?
ever worn. It would look so good.
Who was it that? Let me check my Twitter. I know. Tyler Duchesne on Twitter, literally at Tyler Duchesne, had a March 29th, so the same day, put out a Washington Capitals concept that does the same thing, and it was a gray jersey with the same pink accents. I'll send you the link, Bepo.
Yeah, sure.
I
We'll
mean,
throw it up.
I haven't made it yet, but I'm also going to be doing that for the reverse retro rush series that I'm doing.
Spoilers.
So, spoilers.
Self spoilers. So
Uh,
can't complain too.
little self promo, but yeah. I'm so for the Nets.
There it is. There's the tweet.
I've actually I wasn't here for the first round of City Connect jerseys, so
True.
basically, I have the firm opinion that of the big four, baseball has like the worst design language, I guess, design basis, if that makes sense. Like I don't feel like there's teams are either afraid or there isn't a lot of creativity. So I've been really liking this City Connect series, and I think the Nationals did really well. So these are real cool. I like just having WSH. I think it allows the graphic to be bigger instead of just a tiny Washington across. And then the cherry blossom, it's a good, iconic part of DC to go with that isn't like over the top presidential, you know, like
Not like red, white, and blue.
it, not red, white, and blue, and not racist, which is very
Also
important.
Apparently difficult.
But yeah, these are I like them. I like the DC flag on the side. Big into that. So yeah, these are real cool.
Baseball
I
is a
think it's
great sport to be a fan of and be like a fan of the uniforms and design of if you really love typography, because that's the main, point of interest on a lot of jerseys. I mean, look at the Blue Jays one. It's just, a lot of them are just typography like this. Of course, some have like a little logo up on the chest, but a lot of them it's typography going across the jersey. So that's, I think, where baseball jerseys, really show off the design a lot. But yeah, there's definitely a little bit of a lack of creativity sometimes.
Yeah, I think the really cool thing here too with getting some more creativity in there is the fact that they've also sublimated like cherry blossoms throughout on the gray itself with that darker gray. And I think I mean, it adds a cool texture from a distance where you can
Yeah.
tell it's not a flat gray, but also it's one of those really unique and interesting close-up details where you still have a solid gray jersey that fits in with baseball, but you do have some additional intrigue beyond just there's letters and a little cherry blossom thing
It kind of
there
reminds
as
me of the Hurricanes alternate jersey, that heather pattern.
yeah,
Which
for sure.
we aren't a big fan of that jersey, but like I don't really have anything against the Hurrics,
Yep, I guess
against the heather
Team North
pattern
America
or that
would
one.
be
Yeah, I
more
think they were
generally
the
positively received.
There,
yeah, because they were the first team to do it, right?
I
Yeah,
think so.
they were also
And then
RIP
In
Team
the
North America.
2019 All Star game too, right?
right,
Wasn't that a heather
Harley
pattern? Yeah.
Quinns.
So,
Yeah,
oh wow, my My plug-in to
I
make it
would
dark mode
say
got messed up
pretty
before.
confidently
Yeah,
as
the
well
heather.
that these are the best. This is the best uniform that Nashville that the Nationals have, and I don't think it's
I
really
don't really
close.
remember what the other ones look like, but yeah, I think I might agree. The only thing that I'm
Same.
disappointed about this one is that, especially after the way that they teased it, that it's not a pink base, but it still looks really nice.
Yeah.
I would have loved to see it
Light
with a
pink
pink
would have been
base,
really cool.
which, I mean,
Yes.
taking a look at this one, which looks excellent, you know?
Almost even like a pastel, like this. Honestly, the same pink that the Nationals use, but as a full
Yeah.
base, I think would be awesome and like great for the summer. Like I think the like honestly, I would say I would prefer if MLB gray jerseys use this darker gray all the time, but then that kind of beats the point of being a lighter color for summer heat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think aesthetically, this is a much more interesting, for lack of a better term, gray than the um, typical gray uniform we see on MLB road jerseys, almost sweaters. Ooh.
That pink would have been
Yeah,
great for Easter too, because I think
a little
people were pointing
eggshell.
out the Blue Jays wore their alternates. I think for the first time on Easter, just how fitting that seemed. That pink shade would have been great for Easter.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
And I think they also use an off white for the instead of a pure white too. So
You might be
nice
right.
Yeah, it looks
eggshell.
almost like a grayish, because there's definitely the
Hmm.
bevel effect in there. But is there any
Yeah, there.
more
Yeah.
close-up photos? Yeah, there's a kind of. You can kind of see it on the cap
But
there.
it definitely is. It's good on the stitching detail. Definitely shows it too.
And so yeah,
So
there's
definitely
there's a bit of a
Oh wait, go
close-up
back to the
there. Oh
socks. Go
wait,
back.
there we go. And there's a sock there. Oh, that's cool.
there you go
Yeah,
with
okay,
the
Yeah.
DC.
that does look kind of like an
Yeah.
off-white, or at least like a light gray, and then another light gray for
Yeah.
the bevel.
Looking at a bevel and a drop shadow, I would have thought would be too much all in one, but it looks really solid. And I think it's because the
Yeah.
bevel is subtle.
Yeah,
But
it's
It's
very subtle, which works out well here. Unlike the bevel on the back of your jersey, Justin.
truth, much less subtle.
And the front, I
Uh,
guess, right?
and the front, yeah, and the logo, yeah. So best Nationals jersey. It sounds like there was not much disagreement there. Best gray jersey in MLB.
except for maybe the Yankees classic one.
Yeah,
I
I
I
think
mean,
for
I
me,
don't
it's that.
honestly like the Jays played the Yankees recently, and I mean, honestly, I don't. There's nothing that I really love about those jerseys. I think it's just
I
the
like
navy. The navy is so
I like
dark
the
that it
Yankees
looks black.
white, but the gray doesn't do anything
Yeah, the
for
gray
me.
one just says New York across the chest. It's kind of, I mean, I get that it's classic, but there's nothing really to it for me. The pinstripes, okay, it's
Right.
fine. I just wish the blue was a little bit brighter, I guess. But I think that's just my own personal tastes.
Any outstanding thoughts on the outstanding Washington Nationals City Connect before we jump over to Space
I'll
City
jump
as it
over to
is?
this again real quick, because we haven't discussed this. I really like
Oh
this the
yes.
concept, um, and it really does look nearly exactly like the. It's like a combination of kind of their current alternate and the City Connect, and it's kind of like the way that the city of Pittsburgh, Pirates, Steelers, Penguins all wear black and gold. This would be a great thing to connect the city of Washington. Honestly, I don't know if there's a single team that I wouldn't mind moving over to this color scheme permanently. It looks fantastic.
Yeah, and honestly,
Now,
like even if not, I think the idea of uniting your teams in one city through a commonly colored alternate jersey is actually fantastic.
If you're not going to
Like
yeah,
go, yeah, for the primary color schemes, which, again, I think it's only like Pittsburgh and Ottawa kind of, with red and black and right, but
arguably Toronto, even for the most part.
not really. Blue Jays are blue and white.
Raptors.
Yeah, Raptors are
Oh,
kind of, yeah.
right. Definitely throw it off.
So just a little bit. Um, but yeah, no, this looks great. I wouldn't mind this as a primary, honestly, at all.
Yeah.
Be way more
That's what I
unique.
was that's what
Red,
I was
white.
gonna ask. Do we want any of these three teams, or I guess we could also throw the Commanders in there? You want any of them to go to this color scheme full time?
I think the Commanders are the only one that I am not, that in my head I'm kind of like, maybe you can stick with what you have. Because it is a nice color scheme and it's a lot more unique than the red, white, and blue that they all have. Granted, it at least connects to the city, unlike some other teams that have red, white, and blue. But,
Yeah.
because it's just such an overused color scheme.
Yeah, I think the other teams are. I think all Washington teams' names, probably with the exception of Commanders as well. I think all of them are abstract enough that it doesn't really like red, white, and blue is kind of the natural way to go with the nation's capital, but there really isn't anything in the names of any of the teams that really would eliminate you from rocking this full time. Like I think it would feel weird initially, but I think like I was like, oh, the capital should be, not
Yeah.
uh,
I mean,
gray
they
and
were.
pink, but if they were, I don't think I would bat an eye at it.
Yeah. I mean, they were steel blue and black for the longest
Exactly.
time, and
Yeah.
That's
and
exactly what my
people are apparently obsessed with it.
good. It's just good. It's better.
Well, that's because people are obsessed with anything from the 90s or early 2000s at this
Right.
point. So,
And it's not like the Capitals' current jerseys are stiff competition either.
yeah.
That is fair.
I think we've
Those
had a
are their
take
best
before that the
jerseys, which is
Capitals
kind of
have
sad.
never had a fantastic primary jersey ever.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Good
that will conclude
one
our
and a
discussion
half.
on the city of Washington. But now we'll go south to South Texas to Space City, which is growing up in Texas. I've never heard anyone refer to Houston as Space City, so I feel like this is one of those nicknames for the sake of having a nickname. So that's kind of my take on it, but definitely an interesting jersey.
Also, just
Once
a
again,
quick
I'm interested to
full
hear
shout
your
out to
thoughts.
sportslogos.net for all of the reference images here that are
Yeah,
showing up as you're
Yes.
watching. So,
always the best resource. But I think
Yes.
this one definitely had a lot more split opinion than the Nationals, which was pretty universally liked. So I'm interested to see how things shake out on y'all's end on this one.
it's apparently you said it was split, but it also what broke. I think you said it, Burkus, but I saw it. It broke like their sales records, and I think
It,
the only thing that beat it was the day after they won the World Series in 2017.
I think the article said it did beat that too. Like
Okay.
it absolutely it's the Nationals broke the record, the previous record for highest selling MLB jersey on like first weekend, and then the uh, Astros tripled that.
Wow, that just
So
that just seems wrong. Like to me, that shouldn't have happened.
I know it's
Was that on Sports Logos, that article?
it was on Sports Logos where they were
Okay.
talking about it. But
Okay, there it is.
yeah, it's like these are okay to me. Like I wouldn't put them higher than the Nationals. I think they have a lot of really cool elements. I like the yellow to orange gradient thing. That's I guess fun and retro futurism-y. And then the uh Space City moniker is all right, but the cap logo is good. So it's a pretty split box for me. Like they're all right. I think the Astros have pretty good, at least alternate uniforms as is. So yeah,
And like I said, yeah, the article confirms here that it was their second highest total sales day ever. The only one topping it being after
okay,
they won the World Series, which is insane.
yeah.
So yeah,
I think right above that is the number, the 325 number.
I truly do not understand that one.
I think it's nice in parts, but the whole, I don't know. The cap logo, as mentioned, is fantastic, and that
Cap
could be.
logo should be there full
I was gonna
time.
say that could easily be full time. The jersey itself, I think, is cool. It kind of gives me the vibes of like the turn ahead the clock type of thing, but
Mm-hmm.
it fits the whole theme.
Yeah.
The part where it starts to lose me a bit more is the blue pants, because I think we had a problem with that last year too, where the dark on dark looked a little weird for baseball. Um, and I believe they've played a game in this, so maybe I'll have to look up
Yes.
some better photos, in-game photos here. But I think that's, at least as in the context of a uniform, that's kind of where it loses me. But the rest of it, like for what it is, I really like it, considering it's supposed to be a step out of the box.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. You kind of have to look at these under that sort of stadium series lens of this is not supposed to be just another jersey. This is supposed to push the boundaries a little bit. I don't know. It just feels very like youth league to me for some reason. I think it's just the really leaning into the gradient aspect of it. I think I think using it in certain places is really cool. I think using it on the socks is fun, but using it in the head spoon and all the piping, I think is having it in that many different places and on the number outline and just gets a little hokey for me.
I forgot about it being
But
the head spoon. Oh, I just realized if the Jays are playing the Astros, I wonder if they're going to wear it during that series.
there you go. They might. I don't know how often these jerseys are worn
I
either.
think
I'm
I
not
forget
sure.
which one, but I think one of them are doing it like every Monday or something.
Oh yeah, I
Wow.
think it is the Astros, which I don't know if the Jays
Those?
will. No, because they're playing at home. Uh, no, tomorrow's the last home game, I believe, of the Astros series. So I guess not.
Something I love
I
about City Connect jerseys is how often, and not this goes for beyond just the Astros, but that it pushes colored pants back into the MLB a lot more.
yes, help colored jerseys in general.
Yeah,
Yeah,
colored jerseys for sure, but like even most colored alternate jerseys still have the traditional white or gray pants. And honestly, like I don't know that colored pants with colored jerseys is even the best look. Like I'd love to see colored pants with the white and gray jerseys. I know that's not really traditional baseball aesthetic, but I think it would be a good look. But I do like that this you kind of get an almost color rush vibe from these City Connect jerseys that are coming on the MLB. By and large, I think most of them are monochromatic jerseys in France, as far as I can recall.
I'm
Yeah, I
scrolling
mean,
through the Astros Twitter. I was hoping for like a little highlight or something, but I don't see any of that. So, but yeah, there's a little look at it. I'm not a big fan of the dark on dark like that, but yeah, I think the Blue Jays recently.
I think you need to wear high socks with this Astros look.
Yeah, I don't. It doesn't look
With
bad on its own, but I feel like it would look weird in game. Either that, or it's just these uniforms kind of avoid that. Because the Blue Jays recently have played, because I've been watching those a lot more. They've played games against the Red Sox and the Astros, like I said, but they've played some blue on red and some blue on orange games, which has been a nice treat,
oh, interesting.
nice splash of color. It's not as important in
yes,
baseball for there to be a ton of contrast. I mean, they already have white versus light gray usually because
Right.
you kind of know,
yeah,
who's on your team already. So it's not like
I think
yeah.
it's
they've
not super
in the
fast paced to the point where you're
in
going to
the
get
spring
confused.
they often have color on same color games, which
Huh.
is ridiculous.
Yeah.
I
They'll
mean,
have blue
if you
versus
can,
blue.
I mean, you can do it with like hockey too, but not really at that high of a level. But with people you know, but like if
Right.
you can play baseball in your backyard with people wearing whatever they wore to your house or
Oh,
whatever, I think you'll
Yeah,
be fine. Because baseball is probably the easiest sport for that since it's such kind of
yeah.
slow
The only
paced and
place where it
yeah,
really get confusing is like first and third base. Beyond that, everyone's kind of in their own designated area.
it's
yeah,
like you can typically you'll be able to see the guy wearing a big old mitt on his hand versus the guy not
true.
too. Like even if
Yeah,
at first
You can
glance
see
it's
the
a bit
guy in the oven mitt versus the baseball mitt.
yes,
right, right.
For those who aren't aware, which I wasn't until last year, baseball players will wear something that looks kind of like an oven mitt on their hand to protect their hand when they're
Oh,
sliding.
there's I think it looks ridiculous.
It does look ridiculous, but I mean, hey, makes sense. And also, it's somebody wearing a batting helmet versus a ball cap. So
Right, for sure. The
yeah,
equipment does kind of give it away in a lot of aspects. Um, so yeah, definitely a lot of new stuff in terms of baseball
which,
aesthetic coming.
real
Uh,
quick, I'd argue too
yeah, go for
that reasoning makes it even more. I don't want to say unacceptable, but it gives baseball even more room to play with color on color matchups.
I
it.
know
Yeah,
it.
for sure.
There's like a lot. The fact that every single team has the exact same color home and away jersey, like,
Brutal.
really sucks.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Like
whenever I have some free time, I might start doing some baseball concepts because
that.
I'm
That
really
was
starting
gonna
to
be
get
one of
into it
my
now. Yeah,
series over the summer, probably
Honestly,
after.
that's a great exercise too in typography, which is
oh
like
yeah,
a necessary and I would say lesser available skill in terms of especially concept designers who are most of the time
yeah.
amateur or
I would
yes
argue
are
that's
high.
one of my strong suits too, because like I'm
They,
always paying
yeah,
attention to the typography on the back of my jerseys and everything like that. And like, I've
uh,
mentioned before, the TV numbers on most jerseys are like more stout and wide than the back numbers, and I'm like always doing that. I don't know if I've done a concept
that's been
since I
like my
learned that, but
favorite
I always do that.
recent development of my own concept design as well is taking the time to differentiate the font a little bit for
Yeah. And
the
usually,
farm.
like, I have to just manually edit it myself and just
Mm-hmm.
squish it down or out. But for me, it just kind of adds that extra bit of effort into concept, which also arguably is why I don't make them a ton, because it takes me a long time. But
Fair.
not saying that people who pump out concepts like you, Burkus, don't put effort into it. But...
You're a hack.
Yeah, I think I posted like 7 concepts to the Discord in the past 2 days. I had those days off work. So yeah, you're like, yeah, that's why I take a lot of time in my concepts. I'm just like, ah.
As long as
not
you
trying to call you guys out, I promise.
I know, yeah, you're good.
as long as you include the equipment in your concept designs, you're a real designer. Otherwise, you're not. That's not true. I'm only saying that to move into our next topic, which is, yeah, look at that.
Yeah,
Is
segue.
the Carolina Hurricanes came to the arena on segways the other. That's not true.
I mean, I guess
however,
it could be. You never know.
Yeah, right. The Carolina Hurricanes recently wore their black uniforms equipment with their 2 non-black uniforms. So we saw the home jersey with all black equipment, and then we saw the road jersey with black gloves and pants. They didn't wear a black helmet because that would have been atrocious.
Illegal.
But I guess the Hawks did that in the Winter Classic a few years back. Wore all black equipment on the white jersey. So I just wanted to talk about that for the Hurricanes themselves, and then Burkus raised the question as well. Is that something that we should see more commonly? Should the NHL sort of take that NFL route of having that kind of mix
and match.
Any of those permutations of the word mix and match and mismatch and whatever equipment with jerseys? Should that be something where teams can wear a different set of pants or a different set of gloves or both, different sets of each, a different helmet, that kind of thing? So first, let's talk about the Hurricanes, and then let's let that build into the other part of the conversation there.
Breaking news, guys. I went on to Twitter to find the Canes in that road uniform because I can't find it, and the Capitals selected a creeper.
Whoa!
I love that.
I'm loving this account, by the way.
Creeper went down to Creeper at 63rd. That's bold.
What a reach.
I think Creeper has potential, but to take it that high, yikes.
I mean, hey, look what the Red Wings did with Moritz Seider, and look how he's turned out. So
I love
that's true.
Hey,
yeah, go Trinikov to a lesser extent.
Moritz Seider, ever the creeper.
While I continue my search, here's a look at the black ones for those of you watching video, or the red ones for those of you watching video with the black equipment.
Yeah, so I think this is kind of a demonstration of the risk reward of this. The home ones I think look fantastic with the black. I really like it. I think because it flows in with the hem and the arm fill on it, it looks like stellar. I almost like that more than their normal home look. The road, then the black starts dominating the uniform because they don't have a crap ton of red on their away jersey. So then it starts kind of looking out of place. So I think it's kind of split. I think the home, it looks great. I think the road, worth trying, but not the best. But yeah, I like this idea. I'm a massive proponent of NHL teams being more creative with their equipment. So this is, I'm even in just for that reason, I'm okay with this.
I think you're right. This does kind of show the two sides of it, is the good and the bad. And I think beyond that, I think it would even work for certain teams and not others. Obviously, and I think we talked about this before, but there's the worst case of the Hurricanes wearing their Whalers pants with with their home jersey or something like that. It would obviously be ridiculous. But even here, I think honestly, I prefer and I think it's because I'm Canadian and a Team Canada fan, obviously, but I think I honestly prefer the road look with the black pants. And again, it's very Canada-esque. And honestly, those road Canes jerseys are basically I think it was 2008 six, I want to say, Canadian Olympic um, sweaters. So very near. They're pretty much exactly the same thing. So it doesn't seem weird to me. It might have been 2002, but one of those around there. It might have even been a world championship. I don't know. But
Either way,
um,
yes, there is one.
yeah.
No.
No, because that was vertical. It might have been 2002 then.
Yeah, it might have been. And I know
But
somebody actually tweeted that at them, I think. Yeah, there
there
it
you
is.
go. There it is. Yeah, it might
Perfect.
have been me who tweeted that at them. To be
I
honest.
don't think it was because I think
Uh,
I saw the tweet and I saw it wasn't you. But yeah, it looks
fair.
nearly identical there.
But yeah, so honestly, that one I like that look. I honestly think I like that more than their typical road. The home, I would like it if they stuck with a red helmet. I think the black helmet
Yeah.
is a little bit too black heavy, but honestly, if you give me black gloves and pants and keep their helmets the same on the home and road, I think both are improved, to be honest. That being said, I think the red pants look perfectly fine, as is
Yeah.
on both. But I do think the black looks good, and honestly, I agree with you, Burgess. On at least with the canes, I think mixing and matching would honestly be the ideal because you can get that variety a little bit.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
I think the application is probably fairly limited in terms of how many teams even have different options right now. But I guess you could make the argument they should give themselves the option
Yeah.
to have more. And I think we saw the Blue Jackets do last year with blue pants on their roads, and I don't know
Yes.
your
Which was
thought, but
against Carolina. Funny enough.
there you go. Wow.
Yeah, I mean,
We inspired them.
personally, I prefer the red gear for Carolina, the whole way around, on the home and the road. And I think I like it better, the black gear on the home. Again, like Justin said, red helmet, please. But they would be a perfect team to, mix and match and, do a little bit of both. Um, and, Vegas, I've said it before, they should wear the chrome helmets with the alternates. They should wear the gray, pants with the road and the home. Um, and just go gray pants. But yeah, if they're gonna have options to mix and match, why not? Like imagine somebody like the Penguins. I've brought it up before. Like they should have worn yellow pants in the 2019 Stadium Series. But imagine that on the alternate. That would be. I don't think I'd like it, but if they had a
I would
good
Yeah.
love to see.
style
I
of
would love to
alternate,
see. I
Like
would love to
the
see the Stars try neon green
Oh
pants.
my god.
or the Stars wearing victory green pants on their normal home way. The
Also
normal,
true.
probably the
Or the
away,
road.
but
Honestly, on the
yeah,
road
the
could
road.
work because I think you kind of look at the Hurricanes one, and it kind of reminds me of the Stars where they have the red, a lot of red on the jerseys, but then the black gear. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
for
maybe
sure.
their current or the Canes the current balance of a lot of red could kind of be mirrored with Dallas.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. I would
Like
love to see the Oilers bring back orange pants that they had with the reverse retro to wear with their away or even their alternate. Dare I say? I probably
No,
don't,
actually,
but
with the alternate, I think it would be fantastic because it's basically just that Penguins 2019 Stadium Series, but in blue and orange.
fair.
So I
Yeah,
think it
that's
would work
true.
really well on that one. The one thing that worries me a lot with the Canes doing this is that they're transitioning to black at home, which please
Hmm.
no. Like you can do it, but it's not going to be better than what they have currently. There's no way because their current home is one of the best in the league. But especially if it's like the current alternate becoming the home jersey, oh God, please no.
With their current alternate already being worn for equal games as their home, I think it's a foregone conclusion that it's going to take over. I hate that that's the case, but I feel like
they
that's what.
already have that logo on the shoulders of their like
Yeah,
Yeah,
this has been in the books for a while.
unfortunately, because the home is so good. Honestly, like just
It
stick
so
that
is.
logo on the front of their current home before you get rid of the home jersey or switch that
yeah,
around. Like honestly, the jersey
yeah.
itself
I
is
mean,
so good. It
I was going to
honestly
say do
doesn't really
anything
matter
to
what
keep that home
logo's on the front
jersey
of it.
around.
Put the Canes word mark on it. Before you
Put
get rid of
Elmo
the
on the front
template.
of it. I still like it more than their black
Put a
jersey.
Toronto Blue Jays logo on it. It'll still be better.
Put some jersey advertiser on it, and it's still no.
Honestly,
No.
But
I don't know.
but yeah, there's honestly not been
Quiznos.
teams with different equipment sets so far, but I think that could open up a fun door
Yeah.
um, in the future. So I think it's definitely an interesting idea. Uh,
Okay, but
excuse-
Quiznos on the front of that Hurricanes jersey, if it was recolored to match, would probably be the most fitting sponsor.
fair. No, that'd be sick.
It would just look The
That
Quail
was like when
games.
the Capitals had Capital One as their helmet sponsor. Like it was just like I'm not
Yeah.
even mad. Like it was just like just well done.
Or it's
Like
like the
or like
Penguins
Yeah.
having Bold
having a
Penguin,
gold
which I
penguin on
don't
there.
like any of the sponsors, but like at least they're fitting.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Right. I'm realizing this mismatched pants would let us have Tampa with their black pants from their alternate on their primaries, which I think would look great on their home jersey.
not on
I'm
the road, yeah. The
very
road would be
skeptical of
very.
what that would do to the
I
road,
mean,
but
look at
Yeah.
what this Carolina one is, and imagine that red is blue basically, and there's no black
yeah,
trim.
which makes me think it
Okay.
could work because this works, but
The
I
problem
don't know.
is the Carolina jersey at least has some black trim on the jersey.
Fair,
So
The one
fair.
I've wanted to see for a while is Rangers with on their away blue pants with a stripe down the side that matches like
Interesting.
the yoke bars.
Sure, I can see that.
I think that would look really good.
I'd be interested for the Canadians with red pants on their road as well. That would be the other one that immediately comes to mind. But yeah, I think there's a lot. I wouldn't mind seeing teams wear a dark helmet on the road jerseys every now and again either.
Yeah.
Gloves, I don't think there's too much you can do crazily.
Yeah.
I still
But
want to. I still want to see. It's not possible with the Penguins' current set of jerseys, but I've wanted to see them wear the yellow helmets on
gold
the old
helmet,
jerseys. Yeah, as like
yeah.
they did back in the '80s. Was it the '80s? Yeah, it would have been the '80s.
Maybe there's a gold
So
helmet on the well reverse retro 2 or the winter. Like, are the Penguins gonna have 5 jerseys next year?
that's a good point. I guess so.
Like,
Because they
Yeah.
just introduced the alternate or this year, so I don't think they're
yeah.
able to get rid of it yet.
Honestly, I wouldn't hate seeing a gold helmet on their alternate. Now that you mention it,
Yeah, you know what? That might work.
it'd be a different look. I would love to see Nashville wear a blue helmet every
Yeah.
now and again. Maybe not always, but every now and again for sure.
I
So
prefer the
yeah,
yellow, but yeah, why not?
yeah,
Uh,
I think there's a lot
I think
of
the
Nashville's
other
road in
one.
yellow gear? Question mark.
on who
Nashville's road in yellow gear? Question mark.
I'd like to
Nashville's
see.
home in yellow gear? Question mark.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Nashville's home with yellow, or Nashville's road with yellow gear would be a lot like the Canes road with red gear.
Yeah.
Uh, so I think that it's a
Yeah.
little bit less successful because the hem would blend right into the pants, but I think it has potential.
I mean, I guess the hem on the home also blends into the pants, but
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
The
guess it's a
other
little different.
two that well, I guess there's three others that like come to mind for me, like obvious teams to do this, and that would be the Blues to have a royal blue pants option.
ooh, yeah,
Uh, and then the Flyers and Blackhawks having colored pants on the road would be the other two I'd want to see.
orange pants flyers would be a lot. I'm here for it.
I'm gonna pull this up just because I'm
Yeah.
trying. Just a
Uh,
Bruins in yellow pants, maybe.
I think they did that
Coyotes
for a
in red.
while.
They did do it they did do it in the past. I was working on a Bruins Winter Classic concept, and I almost did yellow pants.
Uh, Devils with red pants, maybe.
Maybe I would like to see the.
Sharks teal pants. Sharks with teal pants
Ooh.
needs to happen.
Uh,
On the road, I think that would work.
I would definitely like to see like every team that has a black helmet with a colored jersey have a colored helmet on. Like I would love to see the Stars with the green helmets, the Sharks with a teal helmet,
Flyers
the
with an orange.
Flyers with orange would be bold,
Devils
but
red.
I'd
I
like to
don't
see
think it
the.
would work with every team, but
I'd like definitely. I don't want it full time, but like I wouldn't mind seeing it at least once, like for
Yeah.
everybody. To be honest.
side topic too, since you brought up the Blues, and it's also totally unrelated, and I know it's somewhat unpopular amongst our group. I'm all for the Blues going back to that throwback set. It looks so nice. I mean, change the logo to the current one instead of the old style. Change the vintage white to regular. It looks too good. I love it too much.
It's
Yeah.
it's good. I mean, they're both. The problem is they're both like it's one of those like if they were like the Capitals, like done deal. But like their primary is so good already that they're in that like really good problem to have that they have two
Yeah.
completely independent, really strong sets.
It is also
Yeah.
very good, and as much as I like the double blue, I feel like it's almost just too clunky in the way that they use it. Honestly, looking at it, they could maybe use to drop the yoke on both jerseys, and then maybe
I mean, I think they use it well on the.
royal on the.
I think they do it weird on the road where they have
Yeah.
the be the royal and navy dominate the hem otherwise.
Yeah,
And
that
it
makes
always
the
looks
switch for
weird.
sure, but
It always looks weird when I look it up on NHL uniforms, but then when I see like game
So
photos,
good in person.
yeah.
Like
So
Fair.
I think part of that might be because they have navy pants. So I don't know if having a royal pants option would mess with that.
hear me out, Kraken with ice blue pants and
I was
helmet.
thinking that, yeah, Kraken with
Heck
light
yeah.
blue pants.
I mean, that's what Burkus did in his
Well,
reverse.
spoilers.
Oh wait, it hasn't been. I forgot that.
I mean, it's been done a million times. Like it's not really
Yeah.
a surprise, but yeah.
No, it's a good look. It's a good look. I'm excited for people to actually see it when they're supposed to, and not when I spoil it.
Yeah.
Leaf alternate with blue pants.
Hey, I
wouldn't
don't
hate that.
Yeah, I
I'm
think
here
it
for it.
would improve it a little bit by adding some
Certainly
color.
look better than their home with black pants.
True.
Jets
Well,
with aviator blue pants, mayhaps.
ooh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm here for it. But yeah, definitely a lot of opportunity there for sure.
Oh, for the
yeah.
Jets, white pants to do for like the whiteout stuff. Like
Oh,
not full
yeah. Oh yeah.
time, but like
That's
you have you're like famous for your whiteout. Like, come on, have a
right.
whiteout option.
I feel
Oh,
like
abs.
Panthers road and red pants could also
That's
work.
a stupid obvious one. That's
Honestly,
hilarious.
Yeah.
Okay, here's a weird one. Colorado with like maroon, steel, and black, like a throwback kind of thing.
Yeah.
Which is like a throwback from
Like-
like 2 years ago, but still.
Yeah, that would allow them the option to mix and match those looks
Yeah.
as needed.
I
Like,
know we played
as
around with
wanted.
we played around in the Discord for a while trying to figure out a look that works, and maybe that's the way to do it. Is not
it's
to marry
just
one and just keep it fresh.
like if you think
Yeah.
what you got 41 home games, like 10 of those you have the alt. You got 10 each to do not navy, black pants, blue pants, maroon pants.
Yeah, and honestly, like even if the NHL isn't fun enough to do like mismatch, mix and match equipment, I think there are some teams that would benefit from just separate home and road pants. And I think, I think right here is an example. I think the blue pants on Colorado's home is exactly what it always should have been. But I think the road would definitely benefit from maroon pants over blue. I don't think it's a perfect look, and I think we've played with and seen that maroon pants across the board don't look better. But if it's just on the road and you keep the blue on the home, I think that's pretty awesome. And I think that would come up for other teams as well. I'd say for Columbus, for example,
Yeah,
I like
that's the one I was gonna
pick up the monotony of all navy, but the navy pants on the road do look,
really
inarguable.
good.
So
And that way, sometimes Columbus could wear like a red jersey with blue pants, for example, like a red
Yeah.
alternate.
yeah, or like Vegas, I think too should have gray pants on the road and black pants on the home.
Yeah.
Gold pants.
I think application gold pant. Oh gosh,
Brady.
chrome gold pants.
Another quick side topic, since we brought up Colorado, that I had the thought before. So part of the problem with their blue numbers on the road jersey is that it's like that twill material, so it's kind of shiny and the color isn't perfectly matched. Now, in a case like this, where color accuracy is really affected, could you just use like a fabric material like you'd use for the striping of the jersey, or like the yoke of the jersey for the numbers? I don't see why that's not a possibility. I mean, it would be a little weird.
It would probably be a pain to like actually sew with a flimsier material, but like
I mean,
you could do it.
There would be some way to do it easier. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So
Sure.
it's just a thought that I had that honestly could probably work.
Maybe do like a double layer of like the maroon with being twill, and then do a blue felt on top of it.
Or like a thin twill. I don't know. I just had that idea one day. Like, why don't you just use fabric on the numbers? I'm not going to pretend that I have any idea how the manufacturing.
Or when teams can't match
totally off base, but
when teams can't match the helmet color, just make the helmet out of fabric. Easy.
Perfect.
Zero issues there. No complaints.
Just like a hat.
Now
using wear ball caps instead of helmets.
Yeah, I love
again,
it.
the MLB ball caps aren't even.
Yeah, it's like in baseball where sometimes you're in a batting helmet, sometimes you're batting helmet, sometimes you're in a ball cap.
I love it. Good stuff.
I wonder if like matte colors sometimes could help too instead of glossy.
Yes.
Yes, I think
I mean, they look cool, but also like in terms of color accuracy, I wonder
like
how much that helps.
Not the Avalanche, like the Lightning with their black alternate, it would still look like shit, but the helmet would, if matte black, would look good.
Matt Gray,
Yeah. Or that, honestly.
Matt Burke. Yeah, I think that was weird because I feel like Matt helmets came up in like recreational hockey and like were all the rage for like a year, and I like felt like it was gonna gain momentum, and then it just kind of didn't.
Didn't like at least one or two MLB teams do something with it?
MLB, I think some MLB teams still have Matt helmets.
Did
I know,
did any
what was his
NHL
name?
teams do it?
I don't think
No,
anyone
but
hockey has.
Oh,
what
in
was
other
the
words, that's
Ducks
those
goalie?
3Ds logos I was
Now,
thinking of, I
there was
think.
a Ducks goalie that for the longest time his helmet was just matte black
Oh,
with a
wasn't
gold
that
face
was
mask.
that Hiller?
Hiller, yeah,
Yeah.
Yes.
yeah, and he like chrome gold face mask or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think I
but
was
I
kind
don't
of
think
confusing it with that 3D logo half trend,
there
which unfortunately isn't much of a thing in the NHL anymore now that we have ads.
3D advertisements. I love
Yeah.
it. I love
Don't
it.
give him ideas, Justin.
So with jersey advertisements, I know in the ML or the NBA, I think they're only on the authentic jerseys and then on the in store, like the team store jerseys. So I'm interested to see what happens with the NHL there too, with the advent of jersey advertisements, and if they're only going to be on the true authentic jerseys or if they're going to be on fan authentics as well.
I feel like
That
there's
assumes that the
been.
true authentics are true
Yeah, I was
authentics.
about to say.
Oh, speaking of that, wow, what a convenient thing that I totally didn't set up on purpose. But so another bit of news that came out in the past couple of weeks. I don't want to say this week because I really don't recall if it was this week or the previous week.
I think it was,
But
technically.
that I don't remember even who it was, but someone was suing Adidas on the claim that the Adidas authentic jerseys, like the one I'm wearing, are not true authentic jerseys because they're not the same materials, construction, etc., as on ice, and that authentic implies on ice quality. And obviously, that's been a big sticking point with Adidas, in that Reebok, used to market Reebok Edge jerseys to the fan and offer them in smaller sizes, which I myself, as a smaller person, appreciate. Whereas now, the only way to get true, authentic, made in Canada on ice quality Adidas jerseys are from the team directly, whether it's buying a game issued or game worn, or buying it from a warehouse sale at the end of the season or anything like that. I know myself and Bepo have both come upon some ourselves personally, but definitely harder to do. And certainly there is a wide chasm between what is deemed an authentic jersey and what is actually worn on ice. So definitely some merit to the claim. Whether Adidas can't say authentic as a result, I don't know. I don't know that I agree with that assertion, but I think interesting at the very least to see our internal Jersey Nerds types discussions that we think only we care about actually show up in mainstream media in that space.
I think, I mean, just to, I guess, sum it up, kind of the best way I think to describe the jersey tiers of Adidas would be like the Fanatics are replicas, the Authentics are like the retail Authentics are authentic replicas in that they look a lot more accurate to the actual product with the fight strap and the chrome logo and everything like that. And then there's the Made in Canada, which are the true Authentics.
Yeah. I don't have any made in Canada jerseys, so I can't really speak too much to how much of a difference there is.
Insane.
Wild.
Like, people keep saying, "Oh my god, it's such a difference," but like, I don't like.
Oh,
Do you have
it
you
is
ever owned,
there was
have you ever owned a have you ever owned a Reebok Edge jersey?
like an authentic
Not a Premier,
I
but
don't.
now.
I
and also
believe
not
the
1.0.
ones I have
Edge
are
1.0. I have a Buffalo Slug 1.0, and it's definitely a little different.
Yeah.
The
like
Made in
Indo,
Canada Adidas are pretty similar to the Made in Canada or Indo Authentic
right.
Reebok
Right.
ones, because I think I have one of all of those actually in Indo
Yeah.
1.0 Made
I was
in
gonna
Canada
say
Reebok
that the
1.
Indo Edge Reeboks are still better than the Adidas.
And they're still very similar to the Made in Canada ones too.
For sure, for sure. I remember I was talking to Ryan Haslett at the time, and he was like, "Indos are garbage," and yada yada yada. And I quite like the Indos I
Yeah,
had.
I mean, yeah, I really don't know too many differences off the top of my head between the Indo and the, Made in Canada Reebok ones. Reebok, not Adidas, because
But anyway, what
technically
else?
Adidas ones are Indo, but
Sure.
Anyway, so the way I think this is going to go down is, I think the plaintiff or whoever is suing the company, uh,
Mr.
is
Dude.
Mr. John Adidas
Yeah, I
is
was gonna say that too. Wow, it must be real.
uh but yeah, whoever's suing them, I think they are 100% in the right. I feel like it's a valid claim. I feel like they aren't going to get anywhere. There's 0% chance this actually goes anywhere.
I think it might. A lot. I've seen a lot of people, and I think it was r/hockey jerseys or either on hockey jersey collectors Facebook pages. But is that the guy who's suing him?
No, that's who founded Adidas.
Oh,
This
I
is
love
not Mr. John Adidas.
Adolf Adidas. Fitting.
But
Um,
that's
but I think I was saying I've seen some talk that people are like, oh, maybe this will get them to actually sell made in Canada's at retail. I don't think that's going to happen. I think,
It would be
as
great
Burgess
though.
said, either absolutely nothing is going to happen, or they're going to change what they call the Adidas authentic jersey, and maybe they can't use the word authentic anymore. But nothing of note is going to happen.
I think
Like,
those are the most likely outcomes. Yeah, I have no problem with these three tiers existing in retail if they all were retail, because I do really
mhm.
like the Adidas, like the current retail authentics, but they're good as replicas if you look at them as a replica because they're nice and comfortable to wear. They're better than the Reebok
yeah.
replicas because they also are
By a
more
mile.
they're more durable. Yeah, like they don't get like snags nearly as often.
Yeah.
The quality of everything is just about better. The numbers are basically the same. I mean, depends on where you get them from. I think the Sabres store,
Yeah.
As
you
long as
have
they
one of
use the
those,
right
Justin.
font.
Right.
You can tell that story after Burkus if you haven't told it on the
Yeah.
podcast yet. But the Sabres store,
I think I'll save
I
it till I
think
get
they
the
do
actual jerseys back.
I think they do their
Fair.
own stitching because we have like the ones that I bought from the Sabre store up there and the one that I shipped to you have like actual layered twill stitching and not just the plasticky numbers like the Premier ones did.
Yeah. If you get them from NHL.com or like the ones that are like made in factory with the superstar still have the vinyl crap, but if you get a team customized one, or a lot of times you like if you buy from the team store and it's a superstar, a lot of times it's factory. But if you get, I know like Penn's gear, like I got a Zach Aston Reese rip. Not he's not dead. He's just in Anaheim. Um,
So
reverse
dead.
retro fully stand because he was a role player and not a star player that would be on a mass produced jersey. But definitely, if you get an Adidas authentic with stitch customization, it's pretty darn nice.
Yeah.
But still a far cry from either a Reebok made in Canada or a Adidas made in Canada, which is obviously what I collect
Again,
primarily.
it's authentic. It's an authentic replica because
Exactly,
I
yeah. And
mean
I think honestly
it
that
looks
might
nearly
be
identical. It like the numbers are a hit or miss depending on where you get it from. But they're still going to look identical. The logo, like with
right.
Buffalo's or like Vegas's, with the detail in it, the embroidery detail, you're going to get that on the Adidas Authentics. But yeah, nothing is even close to made in Canada. So
Yeah, and I think honestly, like I was thinking what they would call it. They can't call it authentic, and I think you might honestly hit the nail on the head with authentic replica might be the
yeah,
perfect like little
it's
sneaky like see we changed it
yeah. Which
without
I'd have no problem with them calling it that because it's a
me.
replica, but it's authentic to the on ice look
Realistic.
in
Yeah,
at least in terms of how it looks because the Fanatics has a different logo that
I mean some
like the
fanatics ones
front,
like the
the materials.
the
Maybe like the model series.
the Blues when Blue Winter Classic one, not their most recent one, but the previous one. The Fanatics ones don't even like the striping pattern isn't even correct.
I forgot. Oh yeah, I think too there was an article like floating around. Somebody compared Fanatics, the made in Canada's, and the Reebok replica or the Adidas mark retail authentics, and they had like I think the Canes home jersey, and I didn't even know this before, but the hem striping is straight across on the Fanatics ones. I didn't even
Yeah,
know that.
on all of them, and so that's why on the Blues one that I mentioned, like because the striping is supposed to follow the hem, they
Yeah,
have the vintage white yellow stripe straight across, and then the bottom vintage white stripe that's supposed to be against the bottom of the jersey does follow the hem. So the blue stripe that sits in between them is ridiculously wide to compensate, and
Okay.
it just looks brutal.
And then I didn't
But
even know
pull
this
up
too, but
my-
the retail authentics have a slightly less curve than the made in Canada's, which at that point, I don't really care that much. That's a minor enough
Right.
detail that I don't care.
whatever
'Cause it's
looks
still
right on
curved along the hem, yeah. If it's gonna be like a replica, for people to wear, might as well make it look a little better for wearing instead of on ice.
right.
Which again, I have no problem with these tiers existing. It's just the pricing of them at retail. Fanatics being the price of the old Reebok ones, and it's 10 times worse.
Yeah.
And these ones being about the Reebok Premier a little better and like significantly more expensive. So
I really don't mind Fanatics jerseys. Like, I have a couple in my collection, and I'm fine with them.
the problem is that they're $180.
That
the
is
biggest problem.
that is less than ideal.
I have no problem with
So-
the Fanatics jerseys existing. I have one myself, and that's because Chris found it for like $20 at a Ross or something, and it was like 40.
Which is about what I
shipping.
pay.
Which, yeah, that's about what I'd pay for it. I mean, they're gonna be marked up a bit. I think a more reasonable price point would be, rounding it, 100 for Fanatics, 200 for the retail or the authentic replica, and if it were retail, like 300 for a made in Canada. I feel like that's fair.
Right.
From a more consumer-based standpoint.
For sure.
But
Well,
people are gonna buy them
we
anyways.
have
So
we have one more item on the docket here. If y'all are ready to get to the main event, as they call it.
Let's do this thing.
So it's beginning to make the rounds, but Neil from Post to Post put out this challenge where actually I'll just read through the verbiage that he gave me, and then I'll explain further. So the challenge is as follows. You have been challenged. There are 20 cryptic photos for you to go through to see if you can guess the NHL team for each one. All are Adidas NHL jerseys. Colors have been changed, swapped, or not changed at all, even in the stitching. So it's up to you to determine what's real. This is the impossible challenge because it should be impossible to get 20 out of 20 correct. Good luck. So what he's done is taken close-up photos of jerseys in his collection, obviously actual NHL jerseys, nothing weird, all from the Adidas era, as mentioned, so all from the past 5 years. And he's done and gone in and edited the photos to change the colors of the striping in particular areas. That way, it's not, this is the Penguins jersey that is yellow and black. This is the Penguins jersey that is pink and green, and you have to identify from the striping pattern in these different colors that it is that particular jersey. So there's 20 different ones, and so the challenge is to try and get all of them. We'll see how we can do. I imagine this is going to take some pooling of the brain power.
yeah, we're gonna be working together on this, but I'm gonna keep
Yeah, so we're gonna go through
if we have
and
differing
see.
opinions, then we'll differ the opinions. So
Right.
and also
So we're gonna
we aren't gonna be using NHL uniforms or anything. We're going off the top of our head.
correct.
So
This is purely our knowledge.
that would ruin a little bit of the fun. So,
However,
Right.
Bepo did just pull up NHL uniforms in the prior discussion.
Sure.
So-
I mean, that's still kind of prior knowledge. We're not going to be referencing it while we look at these. I haven't seen these yet, aside from this first one that's here. Justin saw
Yeah,
them
it's
because
the
he pulled them
one
up.
he's been using for promotional stuff.
Right, and I think that is a good test to see if we can still call ourselves the Jersey Nerds, because I feel like I don't know that we'll do 20 out of 20, but I think we should we're smarter than the average bear as it goes.
Yeah.
kind
Do
of
we want
thing.
to state out a goal now for how many we think we should get right?
I
I'm
think
thinking 17 would be a
I was
real
going to
goal.
say, I think we should at least pass. Like, I think we should at least get
That's
70%.
passing grade, yeah.
So I think 17, go for like 19.
Right. I was going to, 15 was going to be my thought.
And
So I
to also
like
clear up, we're not going to be going over the answers on this podcast, right, Justin?
No.
And I'll let
Yeah.
you. Do you want to explain why?
yeah, so there's
No,
been
'cause
a
normally
number
we
of,
do go over the answers on these games that we play.
right. There's been a number of, so this is not our game. This is from Post to Post, and he's put this out to a number of hockey jersey YouTubers and the like. whose videos have not been released yet. So we don't want to jump in line and say, "Oh, here are all the answers," and then have someone else come out with a video in the next couple days and have us already spoiled the fun on what they are. And it also can be fun that maybe we're dead wrong. And you can yell at us and tell us why we're stupid, which is always fun. And we know people love to do that on social media. So if we are stupid, please let us know. So yeah, we'll follow up in a later episode, probably our next episode, with the answers and see how we did. But we're gonna try our best to do well, and to hopefully leave here knowing we got 17 for sure, and maybe there's 3 that we're not sure on, and maybe we got 20 actually. So without further ado, we can jump right into it. Unless you guys have any questions.
I need to use a different. I need to split screen this because of the way that I have my cropping set up. Oh, hit play. There we go. Kind of.
Kind of.
What did I do last time? I don't know why the cropping there is all messed up, but
yeah, you need to move.
What did I do different last time? I have no idea.
Framing.
Maybe it did move. I don't know.
You need to move the framing of like the where it's showing up on your thing.
Whoop, turned it off.
Technical difficulties. Please stand by.
Good enough.
Then up.
Yeah, I must have done something weird. Oh, I think I see what happened. Okay.
To resize the. There we go.
There was a filter on this to crop it, but I changed it on a different scene, and it applied to this one, so good to know for the future. All right. Anyways, there it is.
Okay. So this is the one that's been used for promotional stuff.
For our visual, for our audio only audience. So we've got Mr. One is what shows up as a black jersey with 2 stripes on it. We see the arm and the hem, a green stripe and a white stripe. Again, these colors aren't real.
It looks to
but
me
they
like
might be
navy, not black.
Come again?
I see navy, not black, as the base color.
Oh,
but either
there you
way,
go.
I guess it doesn't matter that much.
Yeah.
So this is a jersey that
actually I just noticed. Sorry, before you go ahead, the navy to me looks obviously edited. Like it's well done, but also it doesn't look like it was navy, and I kind of see that on the green. So that'll be interesting to see if we can tell what's photoshopped and what's not, and that could be a good little.
So this is the jersey that Neil was using for like promotional for this challenge on his social, mostly my Twitter. And immediately everyone in the comments was like, "Oh, this is the Boston alternate, easy." I disagree. I think this is the Islanders alternate, and I think the reason because of that is the arms look too thin to me.
Yeah,
like those
the arm stripes look thin.
Arm stripes are thin. Like Boston, if you look at them, have 2 super thick stripes, almost as thick as like their normal striping pattern. These look super thin to me, so this is why I'm willing to almost lock it in now as this being the Islanders alternate. For me personally, you guys can try to discuss. And I think also Bepo's point of it looking more navy, I think that adds credit to it.
It's probably the Islanders to go from the blue to the navy.
Yeah, it's either go to blue to navy than
color out of black. That's fair.
Then again,
natural black or black
navy also wouldn't be super hard.
My head definitely went Bruins all right away. But I had that hesitation too of there's the reason I don't want to lock in any answer on this one is there is one coming later that looks very similar.
Okay.
So I think once we see that, we can discuss which belongs to which. But I feel like these 2 are definitely Bruins alt and Islanders alt. But I think the other one has even thinner stripes than this one, and maybe we can jump right to it.
Okay.
Do you know? So the other one that I'm referencing is jersey number 14.
Okay. Now, is there any confirmation that these are all different ones?
Not necessarily, as far as I'm aware. There was no stipulation.
Okay. That one is the Bruins alternate because that one doesn't have a yoke.
Oh yeah, the Islanders yoke does. That's a good call.
So unless he edited the yoke to be also black, that is the Bruin. That one's the Bruins.
If he edited it, it's a good edit.
I was gonna
Because
say,
the
I
colors
was
look
like,
very
he's
similar.
darn
Also,
good.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the Islanders don't have a full collar for their
That's
alternate. They're
what I
just
was
like a
gonna.
thin orange
Yeah, but those stripes
rim.
do look thin, so maybe they're thinner than we remember.
Right.
That is, yeah,
So
that's giving me pause. But I think the
I'm
existence of that
also
jersey.
does the Islanders does the Islanders alternate have two stripes at the bottom, or is it just like an orange stripe, like an orange
Ooh.
like hem fill?
that's true.
I think it's like a similar style to the Blue Jackets, where it's two like the same stripes, but like two stripes, but they just go along the hem instead of being raised up a bit.
Yeah, it's like that. That's what gives me pause about the first one too. I think the hem stripes are too thick to be an Islanders jersey. I almost want to say that both of these are the Bruins alternate.
Are these all current, like currently worn this year?
He said
No.
Adidas era.
Okay, right, Adidas era.
So
That's the thing I was trying
Anaheim
to do, like this, like Winter Classic jerseys
Ooh.
or series or.
This is harder than I was
So-
expecting, to be honest.
I guess something this one could be. Wait, no, the striping's off. Never mind. I was gonna say this could be the Arizona's prior home and away. It's
Yeah.
that he
Would be more
messed
going
with
on.
the fills a bit, but no.
So let's put these two to the side for now, and let's go on to some other ones because I think there's some ones that'll be really quick hits, and then we can come back. So let's go to jersey number 2 and see if we can start locking in a list here.
Which this is a really nice look in the current color scheme. I really like that.
This one I am 100% confident I know what it is, so I'm gonna let y'all talk through it first, and then see if I need to help steer the ship or not.
Is this one Arizona's prior home and road? No.
I don't
Arizona
think so.
had black.
I can
top of this.
recognize what it is, but I can't pinpoint what I'm thinking of.
Oh, Calgary's alternate.
Right.
Like
100.
yeah.
Yeah, the old one, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
'cause
they're
they had the
they're
striping there too.
home
Yeah,
current
okay.
alternate.
Current alternate,
Yeah.
old home. Yeah.
I'm just gonna go through the list mentally
That
in my
looks
head.
really nice, dude. That could be a good Dallas one
Edmonton.
Right?
with like that current green that you're wearing.
Yeah, I didn't realize that it almost is dead on the neon. Awesome. So I think we can fairly confidently say that 2 is locked in there. As
Yes.
the result.
Okay.
All right.
I'm just going through my head with other jerseys, just making sure, like the rest of the team is making sure.
Right. Yeah,
None
I
of them.
thought for a little while that it could be Hurricanes, their home, but I know the arm stripes are wider.
The only
to make-
one that's come to mind so far that it could be is Seattle, with some clever recoloring.
Yeah, I don't think Seattle has collar laces though. So
True,
that
they don't.
And also,
1,000.
now
like
did
that one-
he basically like okay? So on, let's say the Penguins jersey, or for example, like is the yellow always the same color? The black is always the same color? Like
Yeah,
change-
as far as
Okay.
I can tell, yes.
So he
Yeah,
didn't change like black to like green and blue. Like
Right.
if black would be changed
Right.
to one specific color, right?
Right.
Okay.
black would all the black would all be blue now.
I think honestly this challenge would be really easy for us if the whole jersey was shown. But yeah, with
Oh, for
Oh
sure.
yeah, because then we could see the logo.
well, I mean, even if the logo was taken out, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like just the whole jersey. pattern.
jersey
Yeah,
number
these
3?
just little sections. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
go ahead.
So
Base-
jersey number 3 is one that hopefully y'all should-
That's pretty easy. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the Capitals.
Capitals. Yeah.
yeah.
Which one?
I mean,
I guess it's
home or
tough to tell
road.
which one, but like, yeah, I would maybe.
Well,
say
it
road
looks
just
like
'cause of how
it looks
light
like the
that
logo has an
green is.
outline, so that would suggest
I think they
home.
both do.
No, the way the outline is just white, so it blends
Yeah,
in.
but like
So
the
now it's just
stitching,
home.
it's an outline still technically, because like the
Right,
road's
but if
stitched
you play by the rule we
on.
established,
color. Okay.
the color is the same. Yeah, so I think we
I
can
mean-
say it's Washington home.
Okay, we'll say specific jerseys, but I think if it's the road, I think we still get a point. I
Yeah,
think that's fair.
I would agree. Like, I would give us credit.
like the prior one could technically have been Calgary's prior
We
road.
can do a grade out of 40 and a grade out of 20. 20 being did we get the
Yeah.
team and the template right, out of 40 being did we also get the specific color of
The
the
exact-
jersey right,
Fair.
which, yeah. So
Should probably only come up once or twice. Really.
Actually, yeah, no, never mind. Continue. I was gonna
All
say
right.
the prior one might be Calgary's road because of how its color is laid out, but no, it's right. So go on.
Jersey number 4.
number 4. This one's really interesting.
This one I think is like hardly changed.
Hmm.
So the one that
My
immediately
first
comes to mind.
instinct was Detroit because of the way that the sleeves are different colors.
Well, Detroit wouldn't have 3 different colors though.
True.
The ones that immediately come to mind are Dallas and Rangers home.
See, I'm 90% sure I know what this is, and it's none of those.
Like the yellow coloring. So you can see right above the yellow stripe on the far left that there is blue. So there is 3 stripes.
That's
now
I think that's the logo.
You think that's the logo?
Yeah.
They're saying that's the top of a hem stripe. The white is the top of a hem stripe.
I think the yellow is the jersey color. There's one white stripe across the hem, and then that's the logo in the top left corner.
And then the blue thing over top is the arm. That's how I was looking at it.
Is the cuff of the arm. And Beeple, I think this is a team that you would find disgusting to see wearing black and yellow.
Blue and yellow?
First off, that one is undeniably navy.
That's definitely navy.
Oh well, there you go. Well, regardless, it's a team you
might need to calibrate the colors.
I think you're saying Flyers, and I think that makes sense.
You know what?
I think 100% believe it's Flyers.
I think you're right with that being the. Well, no, because then it would have a white outline if that's the logo. Unless this is the away and he made the white yellow.
Going by the rules that we were talking
I
about.
think it does. I think it does have an outline.
Yeah, I think it does. Can I zoom in here?
Because there's a little bit of fuzziness to it.
Okay, yeah, actually, yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's the Flyers.
Yeah.
Alter the road.
Home. Because it has the white outline.
Home for sure.
Wouldn't it be the road? Because I think they probably used the same logo with an outline, but the white was changed to yellow. So wouldn't it be? Oh wait, no. Well, it still could be.
There is an outline.
You could have changed the orange to.
I think the white. Yeah, I think the white is still there. I think it's the home.
So yeah, I think you're right, Justin.
I think so, but I guess that would kind of go. Does the Flyers home normally have the white outline? It does, right?
Yeah.
So that would go against our rules with Washington.
No, it's still there. If you zoom in, there's like a little like it's very thin.
Well, the Flyers
it's thin, and it looks like it's just
thin. Usually, is it?
It's pretty
at
thin.
that angle, it would be.
It's the same as the thickness between the wings, which is pretty thin.
Okay. Yeah. In that case, okay. Yeah, I forgot.
Yeah. So that little fuzz.
Okay.
White outline.
Yeah. Okay. I'm with you guys.
Jersey number 5, I have absolutely no clue.
Whalers. That's the ham.
I can see that, but
yeah. So does the Whalers?
Yeah.
Does the Whalers have navy? Oh no, it's green then white. Oh, so pink is white. Green is
green.
The light pink is actually white.
No, the green is the blue.
Deep pink is
because it's like
the pink is white. The green is blue. The hot pink is green.
Like this. Oh, crashed.
It's the green Whalers, right? Is that the?
I think it's the green Whalers.
Well, I don't think they've ever worn the white Whalers in Adidas era, have they? So.
Well, I was just thinking the color.
Yeah, and the reverse retro used the reverse retro used the blue, the white jerseys template.
You guys can see my cursor, right?
Yes.
So like this is the white, this color. That's the green.
Yes.
And then this green is the blue.
That green, no, the green is blue.
Yeah, this lighter
And,
pink
but the
is
arm
white.
the arm is also white.
Yeah, and then this section here, this
Is there
darker
that much
pink
white on the?
purplish is the.
Yeah. I
Cause
mean, I have the jersey with me. I don't
Oh,
know if
the
that.
arm is nearly identical to
no,
the
that's
hem.
right.
Yeah,
It's the big angle guy.
it goes
Yeah,
all the
that's
way
definitely
down.
the way.
Yeah,
That's a good call.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Good call.
The one thing that's throwing me off is that it looks like the logo has a like bluey outline,
The logo. What
but
logo?
in the top right, you can see a corner of the logo.
No, I think that's the table.
I'm not sure.
Oh,
Because
It
that's
doesn't
no,
that's
because
actually
that's
look like a logo, but yeah.
yeah. Because like the pink area is the hem. This
no, because
one's funny.
the hem goes all the way down. Go back. The hem it
Right.
goes all the way down on the Whalers jersey.
Oh, it's
So
going
that
the
would be
other
the
way.
logo.
I see. Yeah, I'm looking at it backwards.
Maybe that is.
That's
Oh
what was
yeah,
confusing.
you're right. That is the logo then.
What's
Okay.
what,
Yeah. I've been looking at the jersey backwards this entire time. Now everything makes sense. Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, that's definitely the Hurricanes green Whalers.
I think
Yeah.
so. Yeah. Okay.
All right. Jersey number
Now,
6.
wait, let me go through the teams and double check. Yeah.
Do you have like a list of teams pulled up?
No, I just have them memorized.
Okay. I'm honestly kind of
Um,
tempted to pull up a list of the teams just because, like, I do that with the Dangle
No.
game too because I have them
Feels like
memorized.
cheating.
It's just more mental
That's
effort.
cheating.
Is it?
I've made enough concept series. I have them memorized. Shut up.
There you go.
I
I
was gonna
think
say, I
we
in
can
my head, but
we can
Yeah.
move on to 6 while
Yeah.
Burkus runs through for the sake of
Yeah,
our
that one that's the Whalers. That has to be the Whalers.
this one to me gives me Canes. But the only thing is, unless he removes the sublimated pattern.
No, I mean it's a reverse retro.
Oh, true. How did I
It's
not know
funny.
Oh,
that?
Blue Jackets then.
No,
I was thinking of the I was thinking that was the prime green patch. I didn't look close enough to see it was reverse retro.
I don't think it's Blue Jackets. I think it's Bruins.
I think you're right.
No, because the Bruins was the other way around. It had the white stripes
Oh
with the
wait,
thin.
yeah, no, Burgess is right.
Instead of being thin, thick, thin, it was thick, thin.
Is that
I mean, thick,
Buffalo?
thin, thick.
No, Buffalo was just a single stripe. It wasn't.
Buffalo would have had the text.
Filled in hem.
Wait,
Unless you removed the
is there
text.
a reverse retro tag on the front or the back of the jersey?
The front.
Okay.
Wait, I don't recall. Now that I think about it. Regardless, Buffalo, the intermediate, the in between stripe is a lot thicker than that.
And it has the text.
Yeah.
Why do I not remember what was Carolina's reverse retro?
It was the gray.
Oh, that's right, the gray whaler.
Which this could also be if we're going by the rule with the colors.
So why do we think it's not Boston?
Because Boston, the yellow
stripes
stripes
were
would be thick and the
Yeah.
blue stripe would be thin. Instead of having the blue stripe be thick and the yellow stripes thin.
And that's true. The internal stripe of Boston was white, whereas this would have it be yellow because the internal stripe has to be the same color as the jersey. Because they're both blue. Wait, no. This is definitely Boston. What are we talking? This is Boston.
I think it's Florida. I'm going through the list in my
Why
head.
is it not? One more
No.
time. Why is it not Boston?
The yellow stripe would be thicker.
Boston's
and the middle one was
striping.
thinner.
Also, yeah, this is not Boston because Boston only has 3 stripes.
Right.
I think the hem did go down to the bottom on Boston.
It was the hem went down to the bottom. It was the 3 stripes were black. It was black then. So the black here is black. The blue here is yellow, and the yellow here is actually white, and it's Boston.
Okay, I want to see if I can.
Yeah. Maybe?
This is definitely I've made
also,
a concept.
Depot, whatever you're doing is most likely cheating.
I was gonna draw out for what's it called? For Justin, what we were looking at or what we're thinking.
Now I'm second guessing myself, Justin.
Okay.
Because I think Columbus's striping is a lot thicker at the bottom.
Okay.
On the reverse retro.
Try. Okay.
Like that, the blue stripe on Boston was on Boston. The blue stripe on Columbus was huge. Like this stripe is This stripe, like thinking about, I know that patch because I have reverse retro. That patch is about an inch tall. So that stripe, that blue stripe in the middle is about an inch tall. And Columbus's is like 2 to 3 inches thick.
Okay.
So this isn't the best drawing, but like, so that striping is more like this, right, Justin? So like this down here is the area outside the hem fill, and like that's the inner stripe, right? Boston's is more like. Let me use my left hand. Boston's is more like this, where the inner stripe is a lot thinner, right?
But Boston's
You know what I
reverse
mean?
retro didn't have the typical 3 stripes.
No, it wouldn't be the typical. Okay, let me use colors then. So Boston's thing was. Do I have anything in a palette over here?
Time with the Jersey nerds. Meanwhile, I'm mulling over the list in my head.
Yellow. Okay.
And
so,
Justin, I think you may be right, just because I can't
This is
think of
like,
it.
really, like when
I
I
think
first
it's
saw this
Florida.
one,
I still think
this
it's
is the
Florida.
first one that I thought was like, this one was the one I'm most sure of out of any of them. And when you guys didn't get it right away, I was like, what?
I think Boston's reverse retro is more like this, or the other way around. I think it was. I can't remember.
Yeah, black, white. No.
Where the inside was really thin.
There's
not?
white. Well, yeah, white doesn't hit black on both sides. Like basically, like, so get rid of that second black stripe you drew.
Oh, that's right. But I
'Cause,
don't
yeah,
think
it's like one of the, it's like that pattern where it looks like if it was on a white jersey, it would be the traditional 3 stripes, but since it's on yellow, it's not.
Like the Canes, which is what we originally thought it was until we saw the
Right,
retro.
exactly.
So let me go back here then.
This is Boston. I
think he's right.
I will bet my entire reputation.
Because there's just no other reverse retro that fits
Oh,
it.
that's a good point. I just realized, yeah, the blue on the inside. Yeah, never mind. I didn't think the outside was. Maybe I'm thinking of one of the other like retro Boston ones having a different proportions. I'll agree with Boston because I can't think of another one, but
Yeah, I just went through the list in my head. There isn't one.
it's not LA.
Otherwise fits it. If it isn't Columbus, then yeah, that has to be Boston.
Alrighty, Boston. After much
But
discussion,
yeah, if we are wrong, we blame Justin.
For sure.
No, I was about to say New Jersey.
Also, Justin, did you get a haircut?
A little while ago, I think last week.
Okay.
I cut it myself.
Oh,
I have been
choice.
2 years now since the pandemic started.
Anyways, Jersey 7.
Also, before we move on to 7, I got really confused that he was leaking jerseys for next season, and I was like, oh my gosh, that Capitals reverse retro looks so good. If you go back to number 6, it makes a fantastic teal and gold Capitals reverse retro.
Wait, what?
Jersey 6.
Yeah.
Like, if you put the Screaming Eagle on that, great googly moogly.
Oh, I mean, I think the yellow would have to be white, but yeah.
Like,
Not bad.
I was really confused. All right.
My first thought was Penguins, like the old alternate, but the sleeves are a different color, so that's out of the question. But the logo kind of proportions are the same, so.
I feel like there's not a lot of jerseys that have this striping pattern.
My only other thought was, no, Minnesota's not quite. Minnesota, no, they're kind of similar, but not quite.
My one thought here is spaghetti skate.
I think that might be it.
Yes, and with the logo, that would make sense.
And I think that's
it.
And the angle he cropped the logo would then make sense because he has to not show the skate.
True.
Yeah, that's true too.
We haven't been describing these at all for people who are just listening.
Yeah, I realize.
Oh well. If you're just
go to YouTube, you
watch it.
Different colors.
This one, these are kind of hard to describe anyways with any sort of accuracy. So, yeah, if you're listening, I recommend just going to YouTube. But I'm gonna lock this one in as a spaghetti skate for now because I'm
I
pretty
think so. Yeah,
confident on that. I
we
can't
were
think of
definitely going to
anything.
come back through for the ones that we moved on from anyway, so we can double lock at that point. Jersey
Yep.
number 8.
Yeah. Go ahead. St. Pat's.
That's what I'm thinking too.
Oh,
I was thinking Minnesota, but the stripe isn't as thick, and also
Doesn't go
well,
all the way.
I think
the
St.
problem
Pat
Minnesota's.
stops at the mesh.
Yeah, I was gonna
the
say
arm
I
stripe
noticed.
with the stripe would need another little stripe too for it to be Minnesota.
Oh, true. Because I noticed too, as I was like, I have Orion's one template, and I was kind of converting it to Affinity for him. And I noticed at one point that, some jerseys like that St. Pat's one, the mesh cuts into the stripe, whereas other ones,
Yeah.
Right.
it doesn't. Like Minnesota's, it goes right over.
I think
I
that's.
think it was
I
Minnesota.
think
Or
that's
Montreal's goes like right over the mesh. So
and Montreal's
Yeah,
with
that's
every other
that's
stripe jersey I could think of has an additional color on the chest stripe. Like
yeah,
has other chest
Montreal
stripe.
and Florida are the two that I can think of, and like
Yeah,
Florida's
I
the
even
only
thought
other
about
one that's close in proportions because that's a really wide chest stripe.
right.
But
For
they
a
have the
second, I
other one,
thought
so.
I had it with Ottawa's 100 Classic one, but that also has other.
Yeah,
that one has 3.
yeah, that
Yeah.
one has the little stripe in the middle. So
Yeah,
Also,
are
that's
we
St.
locking in
Pat's.
St. Pat's right now?
Yeah, really cool color scheme with purple and green.
Honestly, yeah.
I don't know if it's effective, but it's cool. All right, number 8 is St. Pat's. I think this is going well.
I think so. Oh, Kachina.
This one's so
No,
easy.
reverse retro.
Yeah, Sharks reverse retro.
No, Coyotes.
Coyote.
Look at the
Yeah,
number.
look at the font.
Oh yeah, Coyotes reverse retro.
That's why I
Yeah.
said Kachina. I was like, wait, no, they have Kachina pattern.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, this one, the font is a dead giveaway.
And the Coyotes haven't
Yeah.
worn any other Kachina jerseys other than the
No,
reverse retro
yeah,
and the current Kachina ones that have Kachinas. So,
Oh yeah, and on the reverse retro they took out the desert pattern on the sleeves.
yeah.
right.
So yeah, that's Yoke's reverse retro. Now
For
at some
sure.
point, probably gonna get an outdoor game jersey.
You would
So
hope.
we should probably be more or less keeping that in our
Are
minds.
we ready to move on here?
Yeah,
This one, I think
Blues.
it's St. Louis, yeah.
Yeah.
and it would be the
Uh,
Blues home.
Home because of the yoke and stripe
The yoke
arms match.
True.
Honestly, Blues and red, I like it.
Honestly, okay, kind of back to our earlier conversation. You know what I wouldn't hate seeing more of, sort of? I always like having, like, with teams having a unique alternate, but I wouldn't hate a little more often of, like, the current template in different colors.
Recolored,
But also,
reverse
like,
current.
I don't want it to take the place of unique new designs, but also, like, I don't
Right.
hate that as a concept in the way that some teams do it, like kind of Dallas and definitely Vegas.
I wouldn't hate it if, like, instead of reverse retro for 1 year, they did like a reverse primary
reverse
and
current.
just have it be like that season's
Yeah.
thing.
That would be interesting. But it could very much work as like a tandem of, or a trifecta of jerseys.
Yeah.
Where you just kind of use them, somewhat interchangeably. Anyways. Number 11.
Number
Yep.
11 is
Halfway done.
easy. Number 11 is literally the easiest one.
Dallas reverse
Oh,
retro.
Stars reverse retro.
And you can
Yeah.
see the logo up there. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Yeah, I thought that was like a 4, but yeah, you can see the Texas
Arguably,
patch.
honestly, I thought that Coyotes reverse retro one was going to be the easiest. But
Yeah, that's Stars reverse retro.
yeah.
I don't think he even recolored the green stripe. I think he just changed the black to blue.
The silver. It wasn't even black.
Yeah, I was going to
Right.
say because
It wasn't even a good
there's some
decision.
artifacting in there.
Yeah, that
Because
one's
the black on the numbers in the Adidas logo is still black.
Yeah.
So 12.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
This one I have two thoughts.
This
and
one
I-
is. Ooh,
Do we think those two blues are the same color?
I do.
I do, but then I don't.
I feel like it would have to be. I feel like for what he was doing, the Blues would be a lot more
Yeah.
different than they are, considering all of the
Okay.
rest
Because I
of
was
them.
thinking if they're not the same color, I would think Nashville.
That stripe is a little too thin for Nashville, or too thick for Nashville's
The
top
stripe's
stripe.
Oh,
also
that's fair.
So
the stripe's also above the jock tag, which means it's a chest stripe.
Not
is it?
necessarily.
No, I don't think it's that high up.
I
Yeah,
think
because
what
look, you can see the jock tag, and it's
Yeah, but the
above
jock
the
tag
jock
is
tag.
pretty low
jock tags
down.
are not that high. Yeah. Like, let's see. My
Okay, yeah,
jock tag right
you're about to
now
do
is
that.
like half an inch above the stars striping, which is not the tallest hem striping in the world.
Yeah. So my
I think what
thoughts
this
are
I
either
think this
Detroit or
is,
Tampa, since it's one stripe, but that also doesn't. There's something that
that's
doesn't
not
click
thick.
for me there.
I think this is the back of the Capitals home.
They don't have hem stripes.
Yeah,
They
they
have
do.
a
They have
hem.
a little blue one.
They have a trim, but it's closer to the bottom.
I don't think so.
It's not that high up, and it's not that
Thing is,
thick
Because
he
either.
also already did
on
the Capitals.
on the road, there's a red hem and then a blue stripe above that red hem. But on the red jersey, the hem stays red, and then there's just that blue stripe still.
Yeah, but it's not nearly that far up the jersey, and it's also not that thick at all. It's pretty thin.
I mean, it's the same thickness um, as their arm piping.
Which is a lot thinner than that. That's like the width of the jock tag there, or
I guess
the
right.
width
I
of the
guess
tie
it
down.
is that. That's true. That jock tag is.
And it's like,
Hmm.
I think on their home jersey, like the width of that yellow stripe is like at the bottom in red, and then there's like a tiny blue stripe on top of it. So again, the
What
two
could
things
this
that come to
be?
my mind first are Tampa and Detroit. Oh, Toronto maybe, but I feel like their stripe is still lower down.
Ooh,
The fact that it's above the jock strap is still making me think it's a chest stripe.
I don't think
Like
it's high enough above.
I've made a lot of
Who has a
concepts.
single chest stripe though? Too that like who has a
no
single
one.
chest stripe on the back?
Well, it's not single. You just don't see the top one. I'm thinking the Blues are different colors,
That's
and that's like the Canadians' home.
No, I don't think it's
No,
that.
there's one later on that is definitely the Canadian home.
My thought now is the Leafs Stadium Series.
That one didn't have a back chest strap.
Could it be?
Good point. Okay.
Could it be Vegas's home, and that's why the Blues are close because it's a gray and a black? Like the steel gray is up top and the black is on the bottom.
Maybe, but that material
Does
doesn't
the gold
look
have like a shine
shiny.
effect?
Yeah, I was gonna say it doesn't look shiny to me.
Yeah, that doesn't have any type of special material.
Unless he really went all out in photoshopping it, but I think he just changed the colors, didn't he?
Yeah, that looks like a normal mesh.
As far as I'm aware, yeah.
So yeah, that's definitely just the regular material.
So
Which, as an owner of the Vegas Golden Knights replica authentic jersey or authentic replica, as we called it earlier, it is the actual shiny material. So
Right. Cool. Wait, what was the? Did the? I'm thinking outdoor. What about the Nashville Winter Classic jersey? Because it had a chest.
maybe, but I
That
feel
one
like
also
the
didn't have it
Blues-
on the back.
Yeah, also that.
Right. I'm just thinking,
Again,
what
I
did
don't
the back?
think it's a chest stripe either.
I know.
It just had the trip, like basically chest stripe pattern, but if the yellow was the same thickness as the two blues.
Did
Yeah,
Boston
okay.
ever wear their 2016 Winter Classic template in Adidas form
No.
as an alternate or anything? No. Okay.
No. I don't know. This might be one to move on from and come back to.
Yeah, my only.
I
other
think
thought,
this one-
No, I was gonna say Buffalo, but that doesn't really make any sense. So
All right.
I'm just confused on
13.
how high that hem stripe is. That doesn't
Right?
seem right. I want to go check my Buffalo
That's
jersey
like-
sitting there.
Could it be the silly Capitals cummerbund jersey?
Oh.
No, because that one didn't have a top stripe.
That's right. It was just
yeah,
red then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's-
move on here because
Let's come back to it.
So.
Yeah, we'll come back to that. I'll keep mulling it over, but that's the Caps.
Oh, whoops. I put that.
Hold on. I think this is an error.
Is it? Because yeah.
Maybe the one, I think the one before wasn't supposed to be. There might be one under. Okay, let me check. That's an error on
Should
my
probably
part.
pause the
Oh,
recording.
should I? Yeah, I'll pause the recording real quick.
Well, you got
Yes.
All
this.
right, so we fixed our error here. Number 3 was wrong, and this was on Justin's part. He set up the slideshow for us here. So
Thanks.
This
yeah.
is the Rangers away. There's just
Yeah.
it's just the Rangers away. There's
Right.
no sugarcoating
Yeah.
it. It's the Rangers away, and it's the best jersey in the NHL. Moving on.
Well,
Disagree on the best jersey in the NHL, but it's a good jersey, very good jersey, and it's definitely the Rangers away. So on to number 12, because while we were talking about that, we had a theory, or at least Burke
I
is.
think this might be the Canucks reverse retro.
I was just thinking.
Because of the gradients fucking with it.
Right. Because it would be navy bottom, then white, then the top would be green.
And I think that hem stripe was high enough up.
Bottom? The hem stripe was higher, but
That
and
low enough.
So
it's
the bottom
in
is
a way
solid.
that we can't see the.
The bottom is solid, then it's the white stripe, and then that top blue would then be the start of the green gradient. So,
okay.
But it would be green right on that, go
Okay.
towards blue upwards.
There's not really think much evidence of a gradient. Oh God.
Right.
How do I exit edit mode? Okay, there we go. There's not a ton of okay. There's not a ton of evidence of a gradient here, but it's also cropped to where you wouldn't be able to see it.
Right.
I see what you mean now with the two different blues. Seeing it up a little closer there.
I feel like they're different.
Very, very slightly. To me, it looked
right.
before and still kind of now like a lighting thing. But yeah, like I could very well see that as this.
I think also the subtle
you can also
change
see the highlight on
makes
the
me
yellow there.
still think that's a chest stripe, but if it isn't a chest stripe, I think it's the Canucks reverse retro.
Again, I don't think that's high enough for it to be a chest stripe. So
I don't think it's low enough to be a hem stripe. Is the issue?
No, but think about it. Like,
it's a high hem stripe because sometimes you own an Adidas like authentic one, right? The things aren't that low. The jock tags aren't that low, or aren't that high. I mean,
yeah.
I think
actually,
my Hockey Fights Cancer one is
I'm kind of
like that thing basically has a cummerbund on the hem.
Now that I'm just kind of feeling on my back, like where it would be, maybe that would be like a hem stripe or a chest stripe.
So thinking through it, sometimes when jerseys are customized, they accidentally stitch over the back of the fight strap, like that larger twill piece, and it's like there's no way you would stitch a number beneath the stripe on the Canucks reverse retro. So I think Burkus is right. I think it is a chest stripe, actually.
But then the only jersey with a back chest stripe like that would be the Montreal Canadiens home.
No, the Toronto Maple Leaf Stadium series.
No, it doesn't.
Did not have a back chest stripe.
Oh, it didn't.
On the front.
We went over that one, yeah. But the problem.
The only other one that wraps around to the back is the
Ottawa Senators 100 Classic.
No, because I want stick thin thick.
Oh, because this right after the bottom.
And wasn't that Reebok?
It came over. And it also was
Did it?
Leaf Centennial Classic.
Beepo, go to jersey number 19.
Centennial Classic.
Beepo. Leaf Centennial Classic.
That was Reebok, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Beepo, go to jersey number 19.
Okay.
This is why I don't think that one is the Canadiens.
Yeah. That one's. I think the colors are reversed there, but yeah.
It might be. This also might be the Canadiens reverse retro. Is the hard part. Like this is either the Canadiens reverse retro or the Canadiens home. I think it's the Canadiens reverse retro.
Well, if that's a 6, I'm assuming.
Again, also thinking of the other one where it was like blue, yellow, blue. If we're going by the rules that like each color is changed on a consistent basis, it wouldn't be the Canadiens because it's a different color on the inside. Yeah. So
I think we should move on from 12 and let it marinate.
Yeah, I'm willing to bet though, if we're just gonna skip ahead to this one real quick, that this one's the Canadiens. I don't know whether to say home or reverse retro though. I'm gonna say
I think it's reverse
I'm thinking
retro.
reverse retro because that blue doesn't look very edited.
Also,
whereas
yeah,
that,
it's the
that outline and the number or the color inside the stripe definitely looks edited to me.
Yeah.
And I mean, it kind of has
I think
to
the
be.
blue also looks
So.
edited to me at least.
No, it looks fine. It looks good to me. Looks pretty normal.
Wait,
So, are we in agreement here that the tab's reverse retro, or
who else? Is that another number after the 6, or is that
no?
No,
a
it's just fold in the.
is that the sleeve? Oh, it's just a fold. So that would be a
Yeah.
Shea Weber, then.
I guess, yeah, true.
So Shea Weber wore the reverse retro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll just put it out there.
All right. So let's go back
Yeah,
to
number
13.
13. Oh, yeah, 13,
Well,
which
just,
is
so
which was
13 is
number 3.
yeah.
So
Which
that's
is the Capitals' home.
Yeah.
Yeah. 14.
Hopefully.
14, which we also did
14.
look at briefly.
But that was Boston.
We were thinking Boston. Yeah, I can't think of anything else that would be off the top.
Could it be Calgary?
I was about to say Calgary, but I think the stripes were thinner.
The stripes were thinner and they were angled.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
And it didn't have a full collar.
So.
I think this is definitely Boston's alt.
That's the only thing I can think of right now.
All right, so 15.
Number 15.
Ooh. This one I think is pretty straightforward.
There's something that I'm missing.
What's going on with that middle stripe?
Yeah, but it doesn't look like it's a full yoke either.
Oh, Jets.
Yep.
See, that's what I was thinking, but it's not a full yoke.
It is.
Is it?
It is on the Jets. It's a full.
But, like, this picture isn't a full yoke.
It's the arm. It's the arm. It's the arm. What do you mean? Yeah, it is. It's a full length yoke.
But,
The light.
Shouldn't that blue continue on like straight?
What do you mean? It does.
Shouldn't that keep going like that?
The navy does continue. What? Remember the Jets away. The Jets away. The arm striping overlaps the full length yoke.
Oh, it overlaps. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. So now I'm trying to think of why is this one cut off in the middle though?
Because that's where it goes back to white.
At this wrong, but
so what it is the navy full length yoke. The light blue is white/silver on the striping, and then the yellow
is the aviator blue.
Yeah,
I think I see it here now. Okay. Yeah, I see
that one. I don't think anyone else can really be.
No.
The only thing that throws me off is what is that like logo looking thing at the bottom there? Is that the shoulder patch?
No, it's their 20th or 10th anniversary or whatever.
That puts even more. Yeah, that's the Jets then.
Okay. So Jets Road. Okay.
I
see what you guys are looking at now. Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
Jets Road. All right. 16. That color is pretty sweet.
So look at the material in the.
I got it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Preds versus retro.
Yeah.
It's gotta be. Nobody else has used that material in that way.
And also the font is too, I guess, squared off for it to be the Avs.
Yeah.
That's like a 5 or a 7.
I noticed that material. I was like, that's interesting because Colorado definitely doesn't have that. So at least, and again, if we are looking at the authentic replicas, so
right,
we have to take that into account and not made in Canada.
That's a good point.
And I do have the Avs one, and as far as I can remember, it's the same material all the way around. So,
alrighty.
All right, in total, we've got 4 more left to look at. 1 that we've already done, so 3 more that we haven't seen and guessed, and then 2 that we have to double back on. So,
yeah, 17.
This one.
This could be a variety of things.
That's a thick boy stripe.
I'm thinking
Flyers alternate without.
I'm thinking
about it.
Flyers alternate, Nashville Stadium
Series.
this
That might be
year,
a good one, yeah.
or Penguin Stadium Series from 2019.
No, that
I
was
don't think
thinner
it's
and
the Penguin
angled.
Stadium series, yeah, because it doesn't look angled.
Ooh, fair.
And I
And
think the
also, that
Flyers
one
one is
wasn't that
also
big.
thinner. So
I
I'm thinking
I think
Pred
I
Stadium
think it's
series.
natural based on the colors too. I think getting that vibrant of a purple out of solid black would be really hard.
And also, didn't the Adidas logo on the back was white, wasn't it?
Yep.
So
Yeah,
that's what I'm thinking. I'm trying.
that's true. Which wouldn't have been on the Penguins or the Flyers because
Yeah.
those are two color series.
Well, the
Yeah,
Flyers maybe because I think they had white.
Flyers, I think,
white
was still
trim.
white. Yeah.
Yeah, they have some
was
white
it?
trim, but the Penguins no.
The Penguins was definitely not. Yeah, I think that is Nashville Stadium Series fairly confidently, actually.
Yeah, I can't think of anything else here, so I'm gonna mark that down right now. Yeah, because I can't think of any too much else that had a thick arm stripe like that. St. Pat's maybe, but either way, the coloring
Then we would.
off.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be different, probably. So
Yeah, that's
my only other thought, really.
Alrighty,
So yeah, 18.
18.
The Pentagon gives me Islanders, but they don't have a yoke, right? No.
No,
The like collar treatment there gives me Islanders, but I don't think they have laces either.
I'm trying to think through who has straight laces too. I know Anaheim does.
Oh, Minnesota? Doesn't Minnesota have that?
Yeah, this is Minnesota's road.
I think it might be.
Green.
They have a yoke.
Red is green. Blue is red.
Yeah. And the white
I
is
think
blue.
you're right.
That's now. Does Minnesota's home jersey have regular laces? I'm trying to remember.
Minnesota's home doesn't have a yoke.
Yeah, but like, just are the laces inconsistent between the two?
I think that one also has laces. Yeah, because it has.
But are they regular laces?
I remember
it's
one of those with the annoying pentagon at the front. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I don't think
Are they regular laces or
I don't think any
like
styled laces
hidden
between the two sweaters.
Huh?
I don't think any team has like mismatched laces. Like if it's either hidden on both or fully out on both.
I think the more I think about it, I think Minnesota's home is hidden. So yeah, I think this one is
Yeah.
Minnesota's road. Because I can't think of anybody else who has the pentagon and like the collar treatment like that with the pentagon and the trim differently and a yoke. Because the Islanders do the pentagon and the trim, but they don't have a yoke. So
Yeah.
my only other thought: do the Islanders have that kind of collar treatment on their alternate?
On their alternate?
I don't believe so.
I don't think they do. Yeah, that doesn't.
I don't think those have those stripes.
Also,
not
would have had
collar bases.
make the blue jersey that white.
Yeah, it's a very convincing white. So
I think that wild pick is a great pick that I never would have come up with on my own.
Yeah. 19?
It does help that there's three of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, for sure. For
19?
sure. That wild pick is an eagle eye.
19? Well, we
19.
19.
Yes.
And I think we were pretty confident and have reverse retro, right? So
definitely
that blue still looks too bright for the reverse retro.
I don't think.
I mean,
so.
it also could be edited from blue to a brighter blue.
True. Which at that point
And
it
that
would look fairly
in the sharpness
accurate.
of the shadows. So yeah. Okay.
And also, it could just be lighting. So,
Yeah.
Jersey number 20, the last one. That looks like Toronto to me, but also it looks like Vancouver's alternate, maybe.
To me, it looks like LA.
LA. Yeah, that was my next guess there. LA is silver. Oh, it has silver in the middle too. That is like silvery fabric material right there.
Also, this is a super cool jersey. Like in this colorway.
It has like a silvery material right there, which rules out Toronto or Vancouver immediately. So it's either like LA or Vegas, and it's not Vegas because they have the only reverse retro. Did that have? No, it didn't have like a golden.
And it had angled striping too.
Yeah, true. So this one's gotta be. Is it LA's current alternate or the older one?
The older one.
Did the older one have silver in it, like shiny silver in the middle of the stripe, or was it just gray?
Well, I know the new one.
Yeah, the current one. Yeah, that's right. It's just like a silver and then black.
Right, and the current one has black cuffs, so it can't be that one.
True. Okay. So I guess LA, their previous alt.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Uh,
This one right here, as is, would make a beautiful, like, Everett Silvertips alternate.
Yeah. Just green and white is honestly a really nice color scheme.
Also, that redone Predators one would make a really cool Miami Vice Panthers.
I did a very similar concept for my Reverse Retro Rush today.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
that's what I was thinking. Yeah, that's what I thought as soon as I saw that. It looks like Miami Vice right
I
there.
was like, oh, what my concept? I don't know.
I totally want to do a concept series out of these.
Honestly, that's not the worst idea. So I guess we'll double back now to 12, where we were. Okay, so we had suspicions that this could have been like Vancouver's Reverse Retro or like Montreal's home, but I think we've ruled out Montreal for sure.
I think we're starting to think.
But I think that is a chest stripe. I think you're right the more I think about it.
Yeah.
Because, like, again, touching my back and where I think that thing would have
Okay,
fallen.
so let's just go through the teams and rule out the ones that have never had a chest
jock
stripe.
strap would fall, or the jock tag thing, you know what I mean, would fall. A chest stripe would be a little bit above that, yeah.
Could it be? No.
But,
Well,
yeah, who has
okay, let's just go
like
through the
that?
teams here. Okay, Anaheim, no chest stripe.
I was
Arizona,
thinking it
no.
might be Anaheim's
Boston,
30th, but it would be an angled stripe, so it's not that.
yeah. Boston, no. Buffalo, no. Calgary, no. Carolina, no. Chicago, no. Colorado.
Well, Chicago. What
Stadium
is?
series.
Hold on. Chicago's Winter Class, Black Winter Classic. How hot? Because it has so many. Well, no, it has a ton of stripes. We'd see the other stripes.
Yeah.
I would have seen the other ones.
Colorado Stadium Series? Question mark.
That's what I'm thinking now. Yeah, it might be either Colorado or
Ooh.
no, Colorado, right? Because
if it's uncustomized, yeah.
although also, wouldn't the top color be different? Or was
it's maroon? Yeah, it would be maroon and that blue. Though.
Yeah, blue
so.
on the top.
Okay, let's keep going. Columbus,
But I
no.
like-
Dallas, no. Detroit, no. Edmonton, no. Florida doesn't continue all the way onto the back. Los Angeles, no. Minnesota doesn't continue onto the back and also doesn't have any other stripes. Nashville, no, doesn't continue onto the back to their Winter Classic. New Jersey, no.
And it's not
Islanders
Stadium Series because the stripe would have been thicker, that yellow one.
And also doesn't continue onto the back.
So.
Islanders, no. Rangers, no. Senators, their Centennial Classic might work, but
that could be Senators or Leafs if the stripe was that high, but it's just too high.
It's just too high. And also Senators Centennial Classic went thick, thin, thick. Instead of
did they have another chest stripe in the Adidas era? Or
well, like
no, because both
Senators like current like home or reverse retro where the Leafs won, like
the other two Heritage Classics were Reebok for Senators.
Yeah. So Philadelphia, no. Pittsburgh, no. San Jose, no. St. Louis, no. Seattle, no. Tampa, no. Toronto, maybe their series, but that one doesn't continue onto the back. I'm like 90% sure on that.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty certain too.
You're right. I just sold one of those.
Seeing pictures from the back, and it's just like plain white.
Yeah.
Vancouver, no. Vegas, no. Washington, no.
Whoa, hold up.
What?
Vancouver's Heritage alternate, the nasty one, because think about how thick those green stripes are.
But there's no white anywhere on the stripes.
The white could have been edited into the yellow.
The blue is green. The yellow is blue.
Yeah.
That's still too high.
I don't.
Because then those both stripes are above or on the
that's fair. That's fair.
stock tag.
That's fair.
So, and then the only other option would be the All-Star game, and none of those fit.
The one that you're wearing right now, Justin, right? Like compared to where that jock tag is.
Come again?
It wouldn't be the jersey that you're wearing right now, Justin, right? Compared to where that jock tag is.
No.
Okay.
No.
So I'm thinking Colorado Stadium Series is probably our best bet. I don't like it, but I can't think of anything
I
else.
don't like it because of the colors,
Yeah,
but
That means
I can't
I
think
that
of
also
agree.
anything
means
else.
I agree.
that also means the rules we've been playing by aren't applicable. Of the colors are consistent. Okay.
Which they have seemed to be this entire time. It weirds me out about breaking that rule all of a sudden.
Well, I mean, if you go back to the Jets one, the silver and the white are the same.
I mean, Silver, like I think he probably adjusted like all of like I don't think he like adjusted each thing one by one. I think he just changed like the color mapping where like all white-ish colors turn to blue. So
Mm.
I think that's a product of that versus him
Yeah,
going
because
in
the white area there does look a little different from the silver.
right.
If not, I mean, barely, but a little bit, yeah. So,
But this is very much a case where like I don't agree with it being the Avs Stadium series, but I also don't have a better answer. Oh.
It's like one of the All-Star game. Oh, could it be like a Hockey Fights Cancer or a St. Patrick's Day
did he do
thing?
any specialty ones or no? Because I don't know enough of those off the top of my head.
They're NHL Adidas jerseys. So maybe the Pride jersey.
That'd be the only other thing I can think of. But I
Hold up.
hold up.
Well, I don't think so,
Say
but
it.
maybe Bruins 2019 Winter Classic with the thick brown at the bottom.
Then there'd be another brown on the top stripe, which
With
then
that
would be edited
blue.
out. It wouldn't go high enough to see it, the white.
Because it would be brown, yellow, then brown again, and then white on top. So there would be white above what we see currently.
I feel
But
like
again,
the yellow stripe is. I feel
don't
like the
think
blue
that's
stripe on top
right,
is too
though.
thick. Then
Yeah.
and I think that the fight strap is still too low.
think
Ah,
Say, what if
there's no
specialty
way this would
teams have
be
their
no,
bit?
because then we'd see the jock strap.
What is it?
I was gonna say there's no way this could be inside out, but then we would see through.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go jock strap.
So, like, okay, do we just want to go over, like, specialty games, like the outdoor games that we've had so far? So,
Okay, yeah.
Buffalo Winter Classic 2018.
No,
No.
what?
Rangers 2018 Winter Classic.
no.
No. 2019 or 2018 Stadium Series was Toronto, yeah.
Caps, right? Yeah, we already looked at both of those.
2019 Winter Classic, Boston and Chicago. We talked about those. Stadium Series, Pens Flyers. We talked about those. Could it be the Flyers one? Nah, the stripe wouldn't be that.
No,
No,
they
the
didn't. They didn't have a hem stripe. I'm pretty sure. Or if they did, it
oh
was
no,
like
Yeah,
oh
I
no,
think
trim.
it
no.
was trim.
So,
2020 Winter
Say it.
Classic. Dallas?
no, I was thinking whether that one had hem striping or not.
Dallas's 2020 Winter Classic?
No,
We've
it's
already
just
talked about
too
What?
high.
Nashville.
Too high,
Yeah.
yeah.
Unless this is a hem stripe and the jock tag is just really low on that jersey because
I mean, with Adidas production quality, maybe.
yeah.
Maybe he got it from Cool Hockey.
2020 Stadium Series we went over LA and Colorado. 2021 had nothing. Just the reverse
You get
retro.
nothing.
And then 2022 Tampa in the Stadium Series and Nashville, and the Winter Classic was Minnesota. No, it wouldn't have been that, right?
Wait, Minnesota's Winter Classic this year?
Yeah.
No.
They had more of a
Now,
no, because
first off, that one only had one on the hem,
the stripe
and then
also had a
also
different color.
and also had a different pattern. We'd see a thin one
yeah.
below it too.
It was like a
Right.
color surrounded by a color, wasn't it? It was like a green base with like a red
Right.
surround and then white
Yeah.
in the middle. So and
It does
Buffalo
seem to be
played
the
St.
right
Louis,
positioning and thickness to be the
but
Avs stadiums.
Yeah. Do we just want to go with that? Because I really can't think of
I
anything
think
else
that's
it
our
would be.
best answer.
I can't think unless if we're confident it isn't the Montreal one of the Montreal jerseys. It has to
I'm
be Avs
confident.
Stadium Series.
Now, okay. I want to put a second guess down if that is a hem stripe for some reason. What do we think it is if it's a hem stripe? Do we think it's that Vancouver reverse retro?
Guess this is another. I don't have a better.
Yeah, I can't
Vegas,
really think of.
maybe.
I mean, I guess if it's a hem stripe, it could be that. It could be
It could be a lot.
Detroit. It could be Toronto. It could be Tampa. So, okay, I won't put a second guess because there's too many options there. All right. Back to number
So do you
one.
want to go through them all real quick and just
Well, we never put down
restate?
this one.
We still haven't. Yeah, we still haven't
Do
answered to
we
this
think
one.
this one is the Islanders, or do we think this one is Boston's?
I don't think it's the Islanders because I don't think they have the same. I think the
I
hem
think they
stripes
have
on
a
the
different hem
Islanders are
stripe.
like
Wait.
half.
Yeah.
Wait. Is there a possibility that the hem and arm stripe don't match? And there's like a green stripe below the white.
Yeah. Well,
I
depends
don't
on
know if
the.
that would help us find a jersey, but you want to consider that a possibility? With how high up the stripe is coming compared to the arm.
No, it's
Like, you mean
definitely
another
the
stripe
bottom.
above the green one
It's
on the
definitely
arm?
the bottom. If you zoom in, because I've blown it up on my screen, you can see that the material beneath that white stripe
Oh, yeah, there
is
is nothing
table.
down here.
Yeah, that's table
Yeah, like down there.
or wall
But,
or
like, I
whatever.
thought you meant above this green stripe up here.
Okay. If that's go back down. That's the Islanders alt. No questions asked.
Don't they? They don't have that on the hem, though, don't they? Don't they just have
That's
that
what I don't
plain
think they
white on the
do.
hem?
It's thin. It's the same style. It's just like goes along the hem.
I thought
Right,
they had
but it's
just, like,
thin.
one
Like
color on the hem, though.
I think it's like the Blue Jackets where it's both colors, but they're like super thin, which like
Or that.
it's definitely thinner than the arm stripes, and these are the same thickness.
There's something in I feel like I'm forgetting something. Dallas's has like a Dallas's road has a gap in between, so it's not that.
Anaheim, no. Arizona,
Okay,
no.
Hold
Boston,
on.
no. Buffalo,
could
no.
this be the Penguins' home jersey?
Calgary.
My only
Ooh.
gripe is that I think the striping thicknesses. It could also be the angle the photo was taken. I
No,
think the
the
striping
hem doesn't
thicknesses
make
look too similar.
the hem doesn't make sense.
Isn't the hem? Oh wait,
There would be more
I'm trying to
stripes.
think. So, the arm of the Penguins jerseys, both of them, if you start from the top, it goes yellow and then black, right? Yellow, black, white, yellow. I think.
Yeah,
Yeah, I have
yeah.
this.
So
I have this painted onto my because the hem of the road jersey, is yellow, black, white, yellow. So
yeah,
that
there would
must
have to be
be
more stripes.
yellow there,
Jersey.
and then I don't know. I think this might be the Penguins' home because the white there would be the yellow because the yellow's on the bottom, right, and the white on the top.
There's only two stripes on the hem. There's definitely way more stripes.
Oh yeah, there is a little black gap on the home jersey. Isn't
Yeah.
there? Yeah. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm thinking Bruins one because I think that I don't think the Islanders one
I
has the same
still
there.
think it's the Islanders.
If it's the Bruins, then we're saying two of the jerseys are the
Yeah,
Bruins.
that's-
Alt is also weird.
I guess he never said that wasn't a possibility because honestly, the stripes on that one do look the same thickness as this one to me.
Right?
So I'm saying Bruins alt because I can't think of anything else really.
I'm trying to think through the rest of them.
I still think it's the Islanders alt. I can't think of anything else. Because
I don't think the Islanders alt has that thick of hem striping. What if it? No, it wouldn't be the Stars Winter Classic because that would be adding stripes.
I'm just putting that for now. I can't think of anything else.
Yeah, I think it's the Bruins again,
That's
which
my
seems
best
weird.
guess here, and I marked down our separate answers if we're gonna.
I was gonna
go
say
with
this
that.
one
Okay.
just has a
So-
different fire list.
Yeah,
Let's
I
go
still
over
think it's the
this.
Islanders alt.
Let's go over this, and then we can finish up here for the episode because we're 2 hours in.
Right, we're dragging.
Also, Justin, I guess I'll ask now. You have the answers, right? So if you want, we can react to it separately and just cut it out of this podcast and place it in another one or a separate
Yeah,
video while it's fresh on our mind if we all have time.
that's true. We could look at it tonight. Yeah.
Burkus,
Okay.
you down
I
for
mean, I
that?
don't have anything else to do tonight,
Okay.
so yeah.
So our answers right now, before we see the answers, and again, we're not going to, you're watching this episode now, the answers aren't going to be there. I will, so I normally clip these segments and put them on YouTube separately. Once we are able to put the answers out, I think I might add that to the end of the video, like in post, so you watch it one
Yeah.
week, it'll be different than the next. Otherwise, I think we'll probably just slice it into our next podcast.
Heads up, I don't think your YouTube allows you to do that.
Maybe,
And they
okay,
don't
if
allow you
not,
to
I'll upload them as a
edit
separate
videos
video.
after you upload them.
I think you can to
You
some
can
degree,
only
but it might just be like the cards and stuff.
you can only remove a segment, so
Maybe.
like you can't
Okay.
add stuff in.
That's actually a very good idea that they don't do that. So in that case, I'll upload a separate video. But okay, going through this, this number one, me and Justin think it's the Bruins alternate, the current one, and Burkus thinks it's the Islanders alternate. Number two, all of us are in agreement for all of the rest of them. Calgary's old home / current alternate. So like they're, basically what they wore with Reebok, but the one that transitioned.
Shitty red jersey.
Yeah, we think it's the home one. This one, Rangers Road.
Duh.
This one,
Easy.
we think it's the Flyers home
Slam dunk.
jersey. This
Yeah.
one, the green Whalers one, the Canes, throwback thing. This one, Boston reverse retro. This one,
Yeah.
Canucks
After my
spaghetti skate.
great-
This one,
Spaghetti
Toronto
skate.
St. Pats.
Yep.
I should go a little slower because there's a bit of lag between when I press the button and when it shows up
True.
on the screen. This one, Coyotes Kachina reverse retro. This one, St. Louis Blues home jersey.
Yep.
This one, 11. I should say the numbers. 11, Dallas reverse retro. 12.
Yep.
The one that we were absolutely the most
Yeah.
uncertain on, the Avalanche 2020 Stadium Series jersey.
With a slight chance of Montreal.
I disagree on that still, but then again, I guess it could be
Yeah.
breaking the other rule.
I mean, it can't hurt to have a backup option in
Yeah.
there.
Number 13, Washington's current home jersey, and we're saying home specifically because of the white logo outline. Number 14, Boston's alternate because of the the collar treatment and everything, and the no yoke.
The lack of a yoke.
15, Winnipeg's road jersey. 16, Predators reverse retro. 17, Predators Stadium Series. 18, Minnesota's road jersey. Number 19, Montreal reverse retro. And number 20,
Eventually home.
LA's original alternate. Their first alternate in Adidas, the gray one.
The one that they replaced this year.
Yes. So, I think if we're all in agreement there, I think that wraps this game, and I think the podcast,
Yep.
doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Yeah. So do we want to do all the outro stuff and then just keep recording and do the
exactly.
reaction?
So,
Cool.
it's been a while here, so thank you guys for listening to the Jersey Nerds podcast, your home for debates and discussions surrounding sports, uniforms, hockey jersey design, and more. And once we release it in a couple weeks, check out the Sideline Creatives podcast. Thank you for listening. Check us out on social at @the_Jersey Nerds, Twitter, Instagram. We got a link tree. It just popped up right there if you want to find our blog, our YouTube, and everything. And that's it. I guess we'll
Fuck
see how
Jeff
well
Carter.
we did.
The Jersey Nerds podcast is a production of Jersey Nerds Media. The Jersey Nerds are Beepo, Hunter, Justin, Chris, and Noah. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at @the_Jersey
and
Nerds,
Will. I
and
forgot
hit
to say
that
and
link in
Will.
our bio to find our blog, our Discord channel, our online store, and more. And be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe to the podcast wherever you listen to us. We really appreciate it. From the Jersey Nerds to you, thanks for just listening to a podcast about you.